in the bar, some dwarf and some other feller talking about how they were attacked and they lost an iron shipment. And we're like, oh, and we could do that for you. We can get that for you back. And they're like, oh yeah, we forgot to mention there's other guy here that also got displaced. Some Yeti attack or something. So we go over there foolishly immediately. We're like, we're gonna do the good thing. And things got spooky. Because we got in there and it was like a bloodbath. But we found tracks, so we followed the tracks. And then snow started hitting hard. Like real hard. Eventually we came across the Noblin. What the hell is it called?
The Noblin Snowcrawler?
Noblin Snowcrawler. And so we oofed the Noblins after they immediately attacked us when we attempted to parley with them. Except for one Noblin, a lucky Noblin. A Noblin so lucky that like 7 attacks missed him, clearly chosen by God to bring peace to the Noblin tribe and the town that we're residing in at the moment. Yeah, so I think so. We're on our way back. And also a bear completely mauled the player character. That sucked.
Yeah.
That was very bad. Yeah, so I think we're actually making our way back after that. And the Noblin Snowcrawler. Did I do it? Did I do the thing?
That sounds like everything that happened last week.
Yeah, more or less.
We lost the party when they got eaten by bears.
I have to wait until you guys get back into town and you can meet my character, I guess.
That's going to be like the beginning of the session. You're not going to have to wait.
Yeah, my character is going to have to bring a rib bone or something. Like, ask around. That's going to suck. Oof. I think that's the part when Resny is like, I think I'm just going to continue to do my job, mend wounds and stuff, because this shit got real fast, and I don't think I got the stomach for it.
I can tell you, Tuna is not going to whatever goblin place that is. I wish this goblin well, whose name I don't remember, but I'm not going there.
Yeah, Resniel would have.
Yeah, somebody already died. I'm not about to go throw my life away. Hell, 2 people died. Technically.
Well, yeah, you guys are currently picking up where things left off last night. It's dark out, and you guys are riding in the Goblin Snowcrawler in the direction of Bjorn Shander.
Should probably just, stop outside town so we don't get shot at.
Really, I was going to drive this with the polar bears all the way up to the bar.
Yeah, I don't think they have posts for hitching polar bears.
I could fly ahead and tell people we're coming.
Is the blizzard stopped?
No, it's still going.
Best not.
What direction is the blizzard? Is the blizzard blowing towards town?
The blizzard is blowing in all of the directions. It's a blizzard. It does what it wants.
Sounds like it's a tornado.
Ooh, is it the Bryn Shander seal?
Yeah. This is the emblem of Bjorn Shander.
Does anybody know the Clear Sky show?
I pull up my ocarina.
I don't think the Song of Storms works on snowstorms. Unless you want it to rain, too.
So I just start making it worse. It starts raining, I make the sun go down, and I force the undead to attack, all that.
The White Walkers emerge.
That Yeti that you thought wasn't there, it's here.
Well, when we get paid after all of this, I know exactly what I'm doing with my money.
What's that?
I'm gonna buy an axe beak.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we could just buy a couple of axe beaks, and then we got this awesome snow crawler plus the axe beaks.
Well, yeah, there's a couple of problems with that, though. Number one is well, obviously the polar bears are needed to pull that. Second, it's not ours. And third, I don't want to ride around in this thing because it's rickety as hell, and we're gonna get shot at by anybody who doesn't like goblins, which is basically everyone.
I mean, it's not that rickety.
Okay, maybe it's not that rickety. All I know is I don't like it.
I mean, they probably won't shoot at us, just the snowcrawler.
You could put a flag.
We already have a flag. I already did that.
Oh, very good.
I guess the white flag of surrender.
Yep. Hopefully they'll be able to see it against all of the white everything else.
I'm sure everything will be fine.
And that's when the howitzer opens up.
Oh, I gotta get the Howling Winds again.
Are there any wizards in the party?
We had one, didn't we? Or isn't Gregor a wizard?
I'm a blade singer, yeah.
There you go.
Ah, yes, the High Elf.
If you know prestidigitation,
The racist high elf.
that to make a sign or something.
I don't believe I know prestidigitation. I don't.
But yeah, you guys just kind of keep chugging along through the blizzard. Are you guys doing anything in particular for a while, or?
Well, it's probably going to take us a day or two, so I think we just rest.
All right.
Yeah, we're just going back the way we came. That shouldn't take more than like a couple days, right? That was how long it took us to get here. And that was on foot.
I am proficient with the land vehicles, but I was definitely not the one talking to the polar bears.
That was Rilla, who I believe is currently absent.
Ah, interesting.
All right. So the snow crawler crawls forth for about 2 hours before the polar bears say, fuck it, and lay down for the night.
Is it
The
dark?
blizzard has begun to abate, and it is very definitely nighttime at this point.
That's
Can we
fine.
camp inside the APC? Or the goblin crawler, I mean?
Yes, it is entirely possible to comfortably camp within the snow crawler.
Take us a long rest then. Shall we, gentlemen?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we shall. I'll grab third watch.
I'll take second.
First.
Yep. Post that in wash order.
Reports.
Also, who is sleeping in what parts of the snow crawler? Like the top level, that kind of opened parapet part, and then the interior.
How many people can fit in the interior?
I mean, potentially the whole party gets a little snug if it's the whole party, but the entire party can fit down there.
No.
All of the
Well,
warmer.
We'll have one or two people out on watch. It won't be that crowded.
Anyone volunteering for fourth watch?
I will.
Okay.
No, I'll probably be sleeping like in that upper parapet area because it's nice out.
I am sleeping inside the crawler, but I am not sleeping near the party.
I'm sorry.
Revolts me.
Run that by me again.
I am sleeping inside the party. I mean, inside the crawler, but I do not sleep really
I do
close
not
to the
consent.
party.
Oh,
I will slap the shit out of you, beat the
Getting
shit
a
out
bit
if
ahead
you
of
try
ourselves
anything
there.
funny.
I'm not sure what kind of Dragonborn you take me for, but you gotta get me dinner first.
I'm kind of out of it.
I can tell.
I sleep in the crawler, but I'm not gonna sleep next to any of the party members. If there's a way I can do that.
Yeah, you'd be sleeping up top with Aldril.
Fine, because the party is revolting. And I will not sully myself to sleep beside them.
I'm sure Gregor is doing this as a favor to us because he has leprosy or something. Probably.
I think he just snores.
Yeah. Or maybe he farts in his sleep.
Well, everyone does.
Like, what if he
Well,
has
almost
bad
everyone.
gas?
No, everyone does, depending on what you eat. Nobody's
Alright.
farts smell good. Most of the time. I'm sure there are some.
Snowstorm has abated. Rez.
Mhm.
As you're out on your watch, kind of hanging out in that platform, keeping an eye on things.
Oh, yeah.
You don't see anything too unusual. When I say too unusual, I mean at all.
Okay.
And your shift goes by without a hitch.
Yeah, now wake up Kakra.
Kakra. On your shift, as you kind of perched up on that parapet again, watching everything, make a perception check for me.
Can someone roll it for me? I got like a +3, and it's proficient, and I have observant.
Is that +3 with or without proficiency?
So it's +3
Plus 5.
2.
Does Observant do anything on an active thing?
I'll be back.
Does that play into his
No, it's
watch?
passive. As I
I blame the
understand it, it
government.
would be the roll goes, and if it's lower than its passive, we take it passive. Isn't that how that rule works?
It
If
works
that's what
however you
say.
say it works.
An extended watch like this is usually up to DM's discretion.
Yeah, if it was passive, it would be
Yeah.
20.
Okay, yeah. If his pass was 20, yeah, well, we'll say he catches this. Yeah, so you can kind of see between shimmering waves of the aurora in the sky, you see what looks to be a bird flying from east to west. What's your intelligence?
6.
Okay. Yeah, you just see a bird flying from east to west.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
All right, and then your watch ends. Aldril,
Uh-huh.
your watch also goes by without anything interesting happening. And Rilla.
For what it's worth, I will wild shape into a dire wolf if that is possible because fur is warm.
Okay.
It lasts an hour and I get it back on a short rest. So would I be able to just take a short rest while I'm on watch, or would that interfere with the long rest?
I believe short rests do not contribute to long rests, so I would say yeah.
All right.
Your watch also goes by with nothing unusual occurring.
Alright.
And the sun begins to, I would say, crest the horizon, but you can't actually see the sun. But you know it's rising because it's gone from a miserable dark sky with an aurora to a slightly lighter color of gray. Alright. Start of a new day. You've achieved your long rest. How do you all wish to proceed?
Do we need to feed the polar bears?
I have a
I
couple
don't know,
rations I
do
can
you?
spare,
Is
but
Rila
I'm
here?
not brave enough to do that.
We have a druid, don't we?
Mayhaps.
Give him the berries.
The berries don't taste great. I think they're going to be happier with some meat, but if we don't have any meat left, I'll give them the berries.
Is there any meat in the thing?
I got pemmican.
Well, did you guys say you
Tastes
did
a
not
little
want to
better
go
than
to the
berries.
goblin settlement?
I don't want to go there. I want to go back to Brinchander and get paid.
It's on the way. Brindshander's on the way to the goblin place.
Well, I don't particularly want to go to the goblin place afterward either.
Don't we still have a goblin?
That's
we
what
have,
I was
we have
thinking.
a goblin.
Like, if we're not going to prop him up as... if we're not going to install him as our puppet government for over the goblins, then he really doesn't have much use, does he?
Well, I mean,
He's not really a threat.
I don't owe him anything. I'd be perfectly content to just give him the snowcrawler and send him on his way.
Yeah, but if we need to feed the polar bears, he does have a use.
That seems a little cruel,
That's
though.
morbid. Let's not do that,
He's
please.
a prisoner. We can't just feed him to animals.
Sure we can. It's good. It's quite easy. We're bigger than he is.
Yeah, but that would be wrong, Aldrel.
Not really.
Not really. I agree.
Well,
I don't think he was malicious. I think he was stupid whenever he attacked us.
I consider
think-
myself
Ignorance is no excuse.
I consider myself a good person, but before that I consider myself a pragmatic person.
Well, let me put it this way. If we have nothing else to feed the polar bears, would you rather... Are one of you volunteering to jump into their maws?
we have plenty
have
of other things to
rations.
feed the polar bears
I have rations.
besides a living
They eat
person.
breakfast?
Yeah,
Can we just
I'm
feed
not going
them
to starve to
now?
death if I, stop eating for a day or two. There's no need for life to be lost like that.
How far is the town?
Yeah, is it another day or?
Yeah, you guys only were traveling for about 2.5 hours last night before came time to rest.
Get
Give
before
me a
dark.
survival check, Tuna. Or actually, who asked that? Who
Yeah,
asked?
someone else was asking.
I did.
Okay, yeah, survival check.
Is that a wisdom stat?
That is a wisdom stat.
Okay, can someone roll a D3?
What's your survival mod? Are you proficient in survival?
I don't think so.
I gotta let Tuna do these rolls. I'm not doing you any justice. The answer is 12.
Right. Roll of 12. Approximately about 6 miles.
Can we get there today?
It'll take most of the day, but yes.
Cool.
At the rate the polar bears are going, about, assuming things go well, about 5 to 6 hours.
Alright, does anyone want to tell the polar bears, hey, there's food 6 miles that way, let's go?
We already have food for them. They might not like it, but it'll be filling. I mean, I'm sure goblin doesn't taste particularly good either. These polar bears will probably eat whatever they can get.
I got 10 pounds of pemmican.
That's not even meat.
They ate a lot yesterday, so I'm sure that they can like have a late meal today.
I mean, if they keep walking, then they might not need to eat, so unless they complain. I'd say keep going, see how it plays out.
I'll fire off a speak with animals ritual, just in case we need to talk.
All right, you fire off your speak with animals ritual.
Yeah, and until something happens with the bears or the party, I'm just gonna keep refreshing the ritual.
Okay. Yeah,
Head
so the
towards
polar
town.
bears are awake, but they're not really doing much.
Can you tell the bears to head towards town?
Alright. So we bring the bears and the crawler to town. Then what? Buy the bears some meat, send them on their way. We're not going to the goblin camp.
We could, well, I'm not particularly comfortable going to the goblin camp either, but guys could buy X Beaks. I think those would be a lot more manageable than polar bears.
Agree with that.
Sure. I guess.
What's the name of the goblin again? It's like something with an I or an A.
I wrote down Ubak and all the other
No,
people that
the
were
dead guy.
helping. Yeah.
Ubak was the dwarf.
I know the guy that got, I didn't write down the Noblin's name.
Oh, that's because none of you bothered to ask his name.
I don't think anyone was even asked his name.
I just chalked him to be a lucky bastard, so.
His name is now Lucky Bastard.
Alright, well, whatever his name is, lucky bastard. I'd say the fair thing to do would be to give him the snowcrawler, since it was originally... Wait, is it a him or a her?
It.
It. Is give Lucky Bastard the snowcrawler, since it was originally theirs, and send them on their way.
Actually, yeah, that's another thing. Female. The goblin is female.
Oh. Huh.
Lucky bitch.
Well, anyway, I'm sure whatever... Based on how well she's treated the polar bears, I'm sure that'll resolve itself however it will.
Gilbert, out of curiosity, how much raw meat can I buy with 3 gold?
We got chainmail. We could sell that.
Yeah, I have some spare change on me. I'll buy it for them if we need to.
So that's stuff you have, not stuff I have. If you want to pitch in, by all means, go ahead. But
I don't think I want to venture anymore, so I don't mind chipping in. Don't worry about meat.
Jack, you're leaving?
Yeah. I wanted to bring in a rope.
Yeah, 3 gold pieces would be a lot of meat.
would that be like dinner size for these bears, or would that last a few days for them?
That would be like 2-3 days of caloric intake, but it'd take them about as long as a dinner to finish.
Yeah, they can just, like, eat a ton of food, and then that'll be it for a few days. That's how bears work, right?
More or less.
Alright.
Well, so are they taking us back to town, or are we still held up?
I'm making sure that we're all on the same page before I ask them to stop at town.
Yeah, you guys haven't really started moving yet because no one said you guys started moving yet. I assume this is like morning discussion over breakfast or something.
Well, yeah, I'd like to keep going back to town.
Yeah, we keep the crawler though. Could come in handy.
No.
I want to keep it.
I mean, I want to. Let's take a vote. How many of us think we should keep it?
I say keep it. What else would we do with it?
I mean, if we give it back to him, he can't use it.
We should either keep it or sell it.
We should keep it because we're in the in the
desert.
We're in the winter place, and this crawler would be very much helpful to us.
We are going to have to give it a fresh coat of paint to mark it as a friendly mode of transportation.
We can restart the mercenary company in the frozen north.
It's a mercenary company.
No, I don't
something
like
I'm
this.
not aware of.
I am a Grand Inquisitor, so yes, we can start our own empire.
I don't know what you're a Grand Inquisitor of.
Oh no, I'm wrong. I'm a pirate. I thought he was an Inquisitor, but I changed him.
Well, it looks like only 2 people want to keep the thing. I wouldn't mind selling it if that's what the party wants to do. But I think axe beaks would be better because we can take those into narrower places and like up into the mountains and stuff, and we don't have to like feed a bunch of polar bears to haul it around all the time.
Well, most of the time I'll be able to haul this thing around, at least partially. Might only need another pair of axe beaks to help.
I say we keep it. Who's with me? Check an eye in the comments. You know what I mean. You know, say if you're against it.
I'm just gonna take my dagger out and mark and notch an eye into the wall beside the door.
I'm seeing 1 vote.
I'm curious to see how this vote goes, yeah. Cast your votes, everybody.
I think it would be more useful to us as a means of mass transportation than gold would be. I don't think anyone in town is going to need it outside the mining companies who already have their own mode of transportation. Maybe a merchant caravan, but again, everyone who needs transportation
need
already has it, with the exception of us.
And Micmic's vote and TT's vote.
I mean, Resnia
DC doesn't have a
feels pretty
character.
apathetic about this.
Okay, then what would your next character say?
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. No.
What would you as a player say?
What?
Well, I would always be the pragmatic thing as a player, but this character just wants to wash her hands of this.
Do you want to keep the snow crawler or sell it?
I'm curious as to why Gregor would want this thing. I mean, it was built by goblins. It's probably filthy.
Because we are in a winter biome, and we have a vehicle that moves in the winter biome.
Okay, but we
an
could
advantage that towards us, and getting rid of it would lessen our movement capabilities and our drive.
Yeah, but we can increase our movement capabilities if we each buy each person their own vehicle that can move faster.
If we end up not needing it, we can always just sell it later. There's no guarantee we'll be able to buy it back later.
Start modifications on it, you know. No, I got an intelligence of 15. I'm pretty sure I can figure some stuff out on it.
I can make sure you don't make it too top heavy so it tips over every time we try and take a turn.
We mount some cross bolts on it, you know, make it armored. Yeah. I'm sure that that with some modifications and a couple of us learning fabricate, we can really do some construction to this thing.
Okay, well then what are we gonna do with Lucky Bastard?
He becomes unlucky.
Yeah, see,
Would
that
the
doesn't seem right to me.
would
We'll
the
bring
church
her-
take him in as a servant or something?
We'll bring her
Or
into
a bonded
town.
servant?
We'll bring her into town as a prisoner of war, and the town will be able to do what they want with her.
Well, I like the idea of having them, like, go off to the goblin place, but why not just send them back alone?
They will be killed,
More than
if
likely,
not by
that's
the
true.
goblins and by something on the way there.
Why don't we just keep him as our servant? He is a goblin. I mean, feel free.
I don't want a goblin servant.
You might not want a goblin servant, but you are.
He might not be loyal.
Yeah,
Is
also,
he
he's not-
taking
might not be.
refugees or anything? Is there a
What-
place for refugees in
What do
town?
What do you mean might not be loyal? There is no guarantee of loyalty if we try and do this.
so are we moving or not?
Have you guys decided that you're moving?
I'd like to go to Bryn Shander.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay,
going
you guys
to.
are having this conversation while riding.
Catalyst, you don't want to kill the goblin. We think you should return him. I open the side of the door of the crawler and kick him out. Mission accomplished.
You didn't return him anywhere. You just kicked him off the crawler.
All right, Gregor, make a grapple check as you try to grab him or her.
Athletics?
What?
Is that athletics or acrobatics? Or
That is athletics to grapple someone.
I am a mage now.
Uh-huh.
I had a mage with a plus 17 athletics.
All right. Yeah. She avoids you, kind of ducks under you, and tries to get to the other side of the cabin.
Gregor, what the fuck are you doing?
We'll take her back to Bryn Shander and we'll turn her over to the town. What they want to do with her is their business.
That sounds fair to me. We're not going to abandon anyone out here in the middle of the
Yeah,
wilderness.
that's a slow and painful death. That's not
Worse
right.
than just killing her.
Yeah.
Quick question. What is the legality of slavery in this part of the world?
Illegal.
Yeah.
Most of the Sword Coast, it's illegal too. Like, as far as I know, the only places where slavery is legal are the Underdark, the place where the Red Wizards of Thay are from, and then I want to say Kalimshan in the far south. But it's
And
pretty much
certain parts of
illegal
the
everywhere
Astral
else.
Sea.
Yeah.
Don't sell that one. Got it.
All right, yeah. So you guys keep, rolling through the snow, and you keep rolling and rolling and rolling.
At some point in, actually, never mind. Go ahead.
All right. Yeah. 3 hours pass, 4, then 5, and about 5.5 hours later, it's kind of reached to be about about noonish. You guys can see Baron Shander over the snowbanks. It's about a mile away.
So,
Or half mile away, I should say.
since the blizzard has died down, should I go fly over and warn them that we're coming in a goblin snowcrawler?
Are we still first level, or did we make a level last session?
We're level 2 now.
Yeah, we're level 2.
That sounds like a good idea, actually.
Yeah, Kukra, go warn them not to shoot at us.
Do you want me to run behind Kakra as a wolf, just in case?
Let's avoid
no.
sending mixed messages.
I can go
Yeah.
with Kakra if you'd like. I'm also I can
I mean,
fly
I
as
can't
well.
fly, but a wolf can almost keep up, and I would, not be a wolf once I get into archery range.
I'll fly with Kakra, though. Yeah.
So I'm dashing my way there, and I did the math. 5,280 feet divided by 2, and then divided by 120, and then times 6 is 22 rounds. So 132 seconds.
So I'm not sprinting for 2 minutes or using the equivalent of flight, but about 3 minutes later, I'll be coming in.
Not sure why you did the math for that, but okay, yeah.
Because I felt like it. I reached the town in 132 seconds.
I'm gonna round up to 135.
So just over 2 minutes.
I could do that.
Yep. You get over there. You can see a couple of guards patrolling the walls. They look at you as you fly overhead.
Hey guys, just wanted to let you know, we captured a goblin snowcrawler and we're bringing it here.
You captured a what now?
Joel, a thought occurs. This is currently being pulled by a pair of wild bears. Maybe we should unhitch them like a half-mile away and send someone into town to buy them food and then send them off on their way.
What are food supplies like in town?
What do you mean?
Well, I do believe we're walking a rather large amount of meat right up to the town.
Food supplies are. I mean, they're not going to say no.
Meat.
Because that is what I'm thinking here.
Okay.
I would normally have problems allowing people to eat our transportation when they've so far been helping us for free, but they did eat one of my people, so I think I'm okay with this.
Turnabout, it's fair play.
So the guards are chill about the goblin snowcrawler?
Yeah, they're pretty chill about it. Yes, Pete, you're okay with killing these?
I'm not going to do the
What
killing.
happened?
But considering they ate a person, I think if people ate them, it would only be fair.
Resniel would not have any qualms with it.
It's the circle of life.
She was really pissed whenever that happened, but she knew she had to keep her cool. But yeah, I arrived a couple minutes later after Kakra. Find out everything's normal, okay.
Yeah, everything seems all good.
Yeah, and I think I just wait.
So I'm a little bit confused as to what you guys in the cart are doing.
We're driving the cart up to the walls.
Okay.
Yeah, we should stop a bit before the walls.
The polar bears don't seem overly inclined to approach civilization.
As long as it's within walking distance, I'll go the rest of the way.
They don't get much closer than about 300 feet.
Okay.
That's close enough. Is all of that iron still on the sled?
No, it's been transported into the snow crawler.
Is the sled in the snowcrawler or just the iron?
Unless you guys took the sled with you, the sled is not in the crawler.
Oh. Well,
Yeah, we
did you
strapped.
find
We
the sled?
yeah
Put
we.
it together, yeah.
I thought you said it was like right next to it, and so we just like threw it in there and moved on, like when we were fighting it.
Yeah, I just
Okay.
don't remember if you guys had brought it with.
Yeah, we had thrown
Yeah.
it in, or strapped it to
yeah.
the side or whatever.
All right.
Yeah, then the thing is strapped to the side. The iron is located inside the crawler.
If you want to give me a hand, we can push this thing back to town.
Technically, it's a pole sled.
Manual.
Yeah, but we're not dogs, and I don't wear a harness. Push, pull, we'll do it however it is.
Manual labor. You're joking, right?
Alright, so Cracker's getting his own cart. Sled.
I'm seeing you guys. I'll probably interact with you guys and be like, "Oh yeah, I should probably get to the guys we're delivering the iron to."
Yeah.
I'll see if I can find them in the bar.
I'll tell you what, Gregor, if you don't want to help push, then I can just take your share. We'll be fine that way.
Very well.
All right, yeah. So you guys start loading up the smaller sled. 300 pounds of iron ingots. Takes about. How many of you guys are doing this?
I think 5, 4.
I'm looking for these fellers.
Oh yeah. It takes like
Yeah.
20 minutes to load up the cart with all those people helping. All right, yeah. Resnia, you're able to find. You're able to find them. They're in the tavern again, getting lunch.
Hey guys, we found that shipment of iron you lost. We also unfortunately found Ubak.
Hey, that's a bummer.
Yeah. Where would you like us to drop off the iron?
We'll be taking it to the blacksmith if you could.
Okie doke.
Also, guys, I stand corrected. Each of these things weighs 2 pounds, so it's 600 pounds of iron.
Oh boy.
Well, it's a good thing we got in the sled before we figured that out.
And with that, I'll go and fly my way at a comfortable pace over there to help.
How much can it...
Yeah, it's what I'd be back to.
Well, in theory, with the sled, I should be able to pull 700 pounds and change, but it's going to be slow. With 1 or 2 people helping, that should be fine.
Yeah, well, this is going to be a team effort. I think we're all pushing.
Yeah, we're all helping.
Yeah.
I will. When we're setting off with a cart, I will just give the goblin one last pat down check for any hidden weapons.
Oh wait, what am I doing? I'm still in the bar, right? Are there any day laborers? What do you call them? Day workers?
Wine
Like
and his buddy.
unskilled labor?
I'm sorry. Back that up. What again?
I'm looking for some convenient unskilled laborers.
Dumb muscle.
He's looking for the Mexicans who are hanging out at the corner at the Home Depot.
I'm looking for day laborers. Yeah, I'm asking for help with transportation.
Dumb muscle to move the 600 pounds of iron.
Oh yeah. There's the three offer to assist you.
Oh, lovely. Thank you. Cause 6 strength, the monk ain't gonna cut it.
Well, you never know.
We can get some chonky boys, hardy boys with at least 10 strength that work for a living.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where we learn that they're pencil pushers and have never worked a day in their life.
God damn it.
Yeah, there's a weird number of accountants up here.
The fuck are they balancing?
99.999% of the population is accountants. There is one labor for all of 10 towns.
Not even the other guy's the dumb villager that has no occupation. Alright, to the
All right.
blacksmith.
Yeah. They follow you guys outside of town and help, all of you pull that sled back into town towards the blacksmith.
Oh, I wasn't helping. I'm gonna see if I can talk to the guards about
Okay.
a noblin that displaced and surrendered. Any good suggestions on like a way to integrate her?
That might be something more for the that's something more for the sheriff to deal with. That or Speaker Shane. She'll know what to do. We'll take the goblin off your hands if you don't mind.
Okie doke.
He is tortured and then put to death.
Before I actually go to the sheriff or that, I'll actually go to where's the place I work?
The church.
This is irresponsible, but I will also go to the church before anything and ask the same question.
All right, so you go over to the house of the Morning Lord, talk to some of the priests there, and they pretty much communicate the same thing. And probably just turn over the goblin to the Sheriff Markham Southwell.
Do you think she'll be okay?
I mean, I don't see why not.
Hmm. Could I insight check her
Yeah, sure.
or him?
Feel free to insight check one of the priests you talk to.
Do I have advantage for interacting regularly with him?
Yeah, I'd say I have advantage.
I've taken them at their word, and
Yeah, I mean, they don't seem like they're bullshitting you.
yeah,
You're sentencing this goblin to a quartering.
I'll go and take the noblin to the sheriff and I will put it as polite words as possible. What happened? The incident where one of our companions tried to, and they attacked, and then the whole thing about I might, am I? Okay, so I don't think there's a really good way to paint this, but I really do try to come across that I think the goblin deserves a second chance.
All right, you take him over to the town hall. One sec.
Hey, did Resnia take the goblin away from the thing? I thought the goblin was still on the crawler with everyone packing up the iron.
Oh, I was trying to facilitate help so that way I can deal with the Noblin thing. Now, that may have been evil of me to do, but but I was a little bit concerned with the talk of the party about the fate of the Noblin.
I could have helped him out in the snow if you'd let me.
I know, that's the reason why.
All right, yeah. Oh, I should specify. Yeah. So you take the goblin to the town hall. The sheriff is not currently in right now, but
The deputy?
yeah, the function of the deputy agrees to take the goblin off your hands.
Wait, the sheriff's not.
There shouldn't be a huge issue.
The
Okay.
sheriff's not there, but the deputy is. Has the sheriff been shot?
I'll ask for the goblin's name at this point, because it hits me that I never even asked for the goblin's name.
That is a good question. The goblin's name is.
Cobb Cobb.
Oh no, that's the reward. Whoops.
The goblin's name is 6 times Bloodstones, 50 GP.
She bribes me. Don't mention my name.
No. One moment. That is the goblin's name.
Whoa, I'll refer to her by her name. I will try not to pronounce it because I probably won't. I'll tell her
It's
my
Obi.
name is Resnia and I wish you well. And hope to see you around.
All right. At this point, the deputy and a guard kind of escort her away. For those of you that are escorting the iron, you guys all manage to get that over to the blacksmith, where they begin to stamp it with a emblem of a foaming mug.
Don't some kind of money for this?
And they hand you over to probably Aldril, because he's the most official looking. Those sealskin bag, which if you open contains 6 bloodstones, each worth 50 gold pieces.
Okay.
Damn, that's awkward because there's 7 of us.
Well, if one more of you had died like I planned, it would have been perfect.
Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 survivors, and
Yeah, but
1 is retiring.
7 people set out.
Resnia got
I
the
have
chain
used the
shirt to the
restroom.
rapier, so she's fine with this.
I'm going to use
Just
the restroom really quick.
Alright.
as long as with the condition that you buy her around, and we all talk this, small talk at the bar.
Hey guys,
That'd be
I'm
good.
gonna go to bed. Good night, okay?
Have a good one,
That's
Cece.
all.
Yeah, I'd like to catch you guys and while we buy around, a bit of downtime before we decide what to do next.
That sounds like a good plan, Mick.
Alright.
To the pub. Let's go drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think at this point my character basically says that it's been great working with you guys, but I think I'm better off sticking around here in town.
Alright.
Place is dangerous.
Since the DM isn't here, why don't you introduce your new character?
Oh.
Alright, I'm back.
Oh, the DM's back. Perfect.
I was just saying to Mekmik that he should introduce.
Oh. Where Resnia was a feral tiefling, Elise is an Asimar. Blonde hair, blue eyes. The whole stereotype.
So she's a Nazi?
Asimars are Nazis?
Yeah, did you not read about Sword Coast? All the Asmars are Nazis.
Oh wow, I thought they were angels or something.
No,
Man,
like
what
we're
kind of
talking
twist?
full Waffen SS.
Wow. Well, this one's a bit roguish looking
I'm just
and
kidding.
leathers,
I'm joking.
but how do I introduce this character? I don't know. I think she overhears while she's grabbing a drink how one is leaving. And then she'll like scoot her chair a bit. What you guys plan to do?
Good question. I don't know.
I'm sure there's no shortage of work around here.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of stuff to do.
But while we're at the bar, I do give the ashes of Ubok to the guy, the leader of them.
He thanks you for recovering his remains.
Southernly.
So one of them is Scottish and the other one is Southern.
No, one's Scottish, one's Southern, the other one is Russian.
Ah.
A Scotsman, a cowboy, and an alcoholic.
The Russian one kind of leans over to you. I see that you did not get rid of foppish elf on snow plains. This is most unfortunate.
Most unfortunate indeed. Opportunity not present itself.
Resnia pipes in, but we did lose the half elf.
We will see what the future holds.
Yes, such is the way of the snows in the dale.
Aye.
Sometimes you leave the city walls and come back, sometimes you don't.
Gilbert, about how many Azamar are known to be in 10 towns?
Precisely the number of player characters that pick Azamars.
So we have both of the Azmar that are known to be in 10 towns in the party now.
Yes, 100% of the Dale's Azamar population is within your party.
Wait, there's another Asmar in our party?
Me.
Oh. I don't know why I had you down as a human.
Because you've fallen for the disguise. That is a minimum effort of looking as human.
Are there any other Tritons in 10 towns?
You are precisely the only Triton in 10 towns.
Yeah, I guess I would stick out like that.
What about Aarakocras?
You are the only Aarakocra in the
Oh my
entirety
god.
of the Northern Spine.
There's so many
human?
exotic people here. Everyone's going to be talking about us.
Let's see. For those of you that are locals, who here is a human, a dwarf, or actually, Gregor's an elf. He's fairly normal. Sticks out a little bit, but there's more than just two of them.
Got more though.
All these new campaigns just forcing diversity into everything. It's like, it's not even realistic. Come on, guys.
See, at least they look somewhat human-ish. I'm like literally a dragonborn.
Yeah. In terms of people that stick out, Adril, Kakra, and Tuna are the most distinctly noticeable.
Especially since I never stop flying unless I'm in
You're
a
inside.
small building.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a literal fucking bird, man.
I wonder what people like if they notice like your feather in the snow or whatever. I bet they're like kids that are like, oh, look, a feather.
You can actually see the local children kind of. They're definitely excited by the strange people that they see around town.
Yeah. How many winged tieflings are there in town? Resnia is the only one, isn't she?
For those of you that are regulars, I shouldn't say regulars, that are locals, winged tiefling, actually tieflings in general are fairly rare. There are a couple of them though in the 10 towns.
Cool.
How did this group, the most diverse group ever, end up with a racist?
No one else can handle the racist. I don't know.
I'll tell you how. I'll tell you how. It has to do with focus groups and studio meddling, along with Twitter pressure.
Gregor's receiving a large stipend to battle his bigotry.
There's currently a cancel movement on Twitter to get Gregor removed from the campaign. I'm sorry.
No.
Gregor has like too much reputation with the studios and the publishers, so he just gets included in it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Even though the public is out for blood.
It's not even a lot of the public. It's just like a super angry vocal group of people.
Gregor does not care what the peons think of him. They are beneath him anyway.
Gregor probably lives the equivalent of the Cloud District. I can already picture it.
Yeah, the Cloud District around here. It looks pretty much exactly like the rest of the town, except the buildings are carved a little more nicely with their designs.
I have been up to the clouds so many times, and I have not seen a single district up there. Where is this Cloud District?
Well, you must not come to the Cloud District very often.
Well, I hear they're actually hiding the Nimbus clouds. If you get close enough, I'm sure you'll find the entrance.
Alright. Goodwin, how much is it to buy an axe beak?
One moment while I check.
You know, Gregor is rich, right? He's like a noble. Well, anyway, I heard he has this island, right?
He's got fucking fancy magic. Yeah, he's rich.
Let's see. An axe beak. Able to run it across, allows it to run on the snow. Carries as much weight as a mule. Domestic axe beaks can be purchased in 10 towns for 50 gold pieces.
So this thing has the stat block of a mule, or wait, no, that's from the monster
that we have all just received 50 gold piece gems.
That is convenient.
See Appendix A of the monster manual for the axe beak stat block.
All right, but you said they carry as much as a mule.
Yes, so if when you plug that axe beak stat into your character sheet, if it doesn't carry the same amount, tell the sheet to go fuck itself and make it carry the same amount.
Okay.
So we're adding a mule?
Well, let's see, mule.
No, you're adding an axe beak.
Right, but but if we buy an axe beak, it counts as a mule. That's what you're saying, yeah.
No, I mean for stat purposes, you're using an axe beak. Just if the carryable weight doesn't match up, make it match up.
Yeah. I'm having to look up how you actually calculate carry capacity.
Yeah, it's not a reskin. The axe beak was published well before this adventure was, and I don't know if they made an oversight. Also, you guys were having like lunch at the inn or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
For lunch was more trout. Basically everything around here is trout.
Alright, so if my math is right, the axe beak should have a carry capacity of 420 pounds.
That sounds about as donkey, yeah.
Yeah. They have that thing that makes them count as a large creature for carry capacity, which I believe is double, right?
Correct.
It's just double?
Yeah.
They are
actually, they're large.
Or, no, I'm talking about the mule. A mule is a medium creature.
Yes, a mule is a medium creature that gets to pretend it's a large creature for purposes of carrying capacity.
Oh, but the Axbeak is a large creature. Okay, so it doesn't
Right.
matter.
Right.
All right. Well, it's 420. Anyway, I'm buying one.
They're too slow for me.
What do you guys need X-Beaks for?
For riding on the snow. That's why I wanted to get rid of the big thing and buy those instead.
Wait, did we end up selling the polar bears?
We're
Not yet.
we're going to be facilitating that particular negotiation soon.
Huh?
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
So is being mounted on an Axbeak actually make it faster to move? Like across the snow and all that?
It would actually. 1 second while I get to that section to tell you the exact amount. So these oh no, that's mountain travel.
Gonna be right back.
These silly people have not included an amount. I would say that axe beaks would make travel.
5/3 as fast?
No, let's see. Dog sled moves at a mile an hour.
By the way, this is what an Axbeak
Yeah,
looks like.
yeah, I'd say it goes about a mile an hour.
Oh,
Oh,
it does
thank you,
look
Under.
like an X.
They're literally like, metal versions of Chocobos.
Yeah.
I was going to say it's a slightly less likely to get sued version of a tauntaun.
It's like a chocobo and a tauntaun.
So what happens when a chocobo and a tauntaun have sex?
They smell bad on the outside and the inside.
Does that mean we need to buy saddles and stuff?
Well, I assume they come with saddles.
They don't.
They don't?
They don't.
How much is the saddle?
So,
That would be located in your standard trading goods and resources section of the player's
boy.
handbook.
Let's
All right,
look
so
it up here.
a riding saddle is 10 gold. A pack saddle is 5.
I can give up my 50 gold and then just turn into something tiny and travel on somebody's shoulder, as long as we don't mind taking a short rest every couple hours of travel.
I mean, if needed, you could also just, ride a bitch on someone else's axe beak.
Assuming they can fit. And you're not too heavy.
Yeah, riding bitch works too.
So we decided to keep the snow crawler, right?
I say yes.
Last I checked, it seemed to be the majority.
Okay.
So we just need enough beaks to pull it.
Is that allowed? I don't see any reason why I wouldn't be able to. I'm not the DM.
Well, it depends on whether we all want to buy axe beaks and we ride them, and we get rid of the crawler, or we just buy a couple of axe beaks and have them pull the crawler when we're all inside.
I'd like to get rid of the crawler, frankly.
I think we'll have a better chance of sneaking up on people without the crawler. I think also we're faster without the crawler.
Those were two very good points. I'd also point out that if we ever need to go into the mountains or through really deep snow or anything like that, the crawler is not going to fly.
Everything's airdroppable once, but I take your point.
Yeah, that too.
Alright, so can we trade the bears and the snowcaller for a couple of axe beaks?
Well, we already have enough money for axe beaks. We just need saddles.
Well, it's a matter of how much can we sell the crawler and the bears for? That, I think, is the real question.
I think that's what we should do. As for saddles, I have enough money to buy everyone a saddle.
You've a riding saddle for everyone?
A pack saddle.
Can we ride on pack saddles?
I mean, I'm assuming that these are custom axe beak saddles, so I think a pack saddle would be good enough. Although that's a good question. Can you ride on a pack saddle?
Generally, no. That's why they're pack saddles. You need a riding saddle.
Yeah, a pack saddle. A pack saddle is just a saddle designed to strap things to.
Oh,
So
okay.
So typically, you'd be walking next to your donkey or your axe beak.
So a
instead
pack
of
saddle does
buying
not
a
include
6
bridle
axe
for
beak,
controlling the animal.
instead of buying a 6-axe beak, I'll use my bloodstone to buy saddles for everyone, and then just ride second with somebody else.
Okay. And we're going to sell the crawler. We can buy you an axe beak anyway.
Right, that's all I was saying. Let's actually deal with selling the crawler and the bears.
That's a good idea. Would I know someone in town, Gilbert, who would, well, I definitely know people in town who would buy bear meat. There's a butcher, right?
Yes.
Do people typically eat bear when they can find it?
I mean, yeah, with the conditions up here, they pretty much will take anything they can get their hands on within reason.
All right.
It's become a very waste not, want not.
All right. I'm not going to kill the bears myself, but if somebody wants to do the deed and can do so safely,
Would the butcher offer the most for the bears?
the butcher would buy a bear carcass. I don't think the butcher is going to kill the bears himself.
Because that's dangerous.
Are there any animal tamers or anything that would buy just a bear?
People need wood here, don't they?
Would
Yeah.
the animal trainer...
Yeah, wood
Oh, go ahead.
wood is considered a rather valuable commodity around here. Depending on what you have for local resources, towns are usually either using wood to burn for heat if it's plentiful, and if they don't have forests nearby, they're predominantly using whale oil. So, yeah, wood for burning is, it doesn't sell for a lot, but, mostly because keeping local prices down, because no one wants to be that douchebag that's selling firewood for an insane price.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm sure we can make some good money selling the bears. As for the cart, if we sell it as firewood, we might not make a lot of money, but we could really ingratiate the town to us if we just give them that.
I mean, it depends on how much money we're talking here.
Yeah. Somebody might also want to buy a intact goblin snowcrawler.
Sure.
I don't know for what, but...
I don't know, some fetishist or something.
Yeah, maybe. LARPers.
Museum enthusiasts.
Alright, so you guys start headed back out?
No, we're trying to sell the bears in the cart thing. The crawler.
Okay. Alright, yeah, so You guys make your way down to the butcher. Start speaking with him. I think he can get you about 70 gold apiece for the bears, times being what they are.
Okay. Is he going to handle the bears?
What do you mean handle the bears?
He's where they're still living, yes?
Yeah, we haven't killed them yet.
He kind of looks at you. I didn't say nothing about killing no polar bears.
Alright. Well, I'm sure we can find somebody to take care of them. This is going to be the freshest meat you'll have all week. I guarantee you that.
I don't know. The trout's pretty fresh.
Yeah, the trout's pretty fresh, but by the time it gets to the butcher shop, it's already been dead
Fresh
a few
red
hours.
meat.
Yeah.
That does sound pretty good. Yeah, you bring me those polar bears. 70 gold apiece.
Okay, so
That
70
sounds
gold
like a good
apiece
price.
for... A piece as in per corpse, or is a piece in per person? I'm asking.
Per corpse.
Okay.
Good lord, I don't have that much money.
I'm just asking to clarify, because English is a little ambiguous in that.
Yeah.
That it is. Common is a mighty strange language.
And that's what happens when you take a bunch of random-ass languages and just mash it together and call it good.
God, imagine what common actually sounds like. It's like, because English is just
It
like...
sounds like Esperanto.
Exactly. Well, it's like that, but it's also got like every other language in 5e in it. So like some of the loan words are just like abyssal or something.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I do think it has dwarven loan words in one of the things I was reading.
Huh. Well, anyway, how are we going to take care of these bears?
Well, we could just go out there and kill it.
Yeah, I'm saying, pow, they already ate one person. I don't think it's going to be easy.
Well,
Well, trust us. So he's sneak attack.
why don't we just feed him poisoned meat? Oh, wait, no. Then,
That would
then
spoil the meat.
Yeah, it would be able to eat it. Anybody know the water-breathing spell?
We could wait for them to go to sleep and then just, like, coup de grace them and hope that works.
Yeah, we could do that.
Could also, like, tie him down.
Well, they're already tied up. They're in the harness.
Yeah, but tie him more so they're restrained.
I mean, if you want to try and tie up a polar bear against its will, you be my guest.
Craw, you can fly, no? Minch pelts him with arrows. What can they do against you?
Rampage into the town.
Yeah, but like we bring him to like outside the wall, like not next to the gate.
Kakra, how strong are you?
Very, very, very weak.
Those bones are very thin.
If we need to, I can slow them down getting into the city, but it might also just get me killed.
Well, I like the idea of we'll just wait for them to go to sleep, and then we murder them.
Yeah,
we should go and ask the animal trainer, the one we bought the axe beaks from, if they're wanting to buy some living polar bears for training and what they're offering. Maybe they can use them as pack animals or something.
There would be strong pack animals, probably not too obedient.
Yeah, but I think it's worth asking, because then we can avoid having to kill them.
Mm-hmm.
All right, yeah. So you guys wander off to the stables down at the southwest corner of the city. You guys get over there, kind of see some of the stable people. You start talking to them. Well, are these polar bear cubs or are these adult polar bears?
They're adults.
He's going to give you this look like the answer you gave him was just incredibly stupid to ask the question in the first place.
Yeah, but they're already partially trained.
I don't think we can really do that. Adult polar bears would be, incredibly expensive to operate. It's even the amount of meat they have to eat. Not to mention the fact that they're adult polar bears. They're carnivorous bears. That's not worth the risk.
Okay.
Maybe we could just wait until night and have somebody sneak up on them and slit their throats or something. Does anybody else have any ideas?
Nope.
That sounds like the best plan.
All right, well, it's only about 2:30 in the afternoon. What are you guys going to do for the rest of your day then?
Sell the crawler?
Anyone want to buy the crawler? For like firewood or intact, but also if no one wants to buy it intact firewood.
Can I think of anybody in town who would want an intact snowcrawler? Would the guards want it?
Mining companies, maybe?
You could take the
Mass
wheels off it
transportation.
and turn it into a guard tower.
The mining companies might have a use for something like that. You also know that kind of around here there are some things that you can usually, if you can sell them on the use, just sell to the speaker or the sheriff, and then they're able to allocate, it to whatever kind of part of the town might be needed, either resell it or that kind of thing.
Okay. Do I know how to find and talk to the speaker?
Yes, one moment. Yeah, okay. So, you know that speaker Duvessa Shane? Yeah, you'd speak to her. She'd be in the town hall.
Okay. Alright, then I go to the town hall and I ask for the speaker Duvessa Shane.
Alright, yeah, you're able to meet up with her. Yeah, she does offer to buy the snow crawler from you. Not quite sure what use they might have for it, but they can, they could probably pay up about, let me compare prices really quick. They could buy it from you for the same price as a wagon. That's 35 gold pieces.
That's not bad. Based on... Oh, well, yeah, you already said about the wood. You know what, that sounds like a fair price to me. I'm gonna do it.
Alright. You agree to the sale of the wagon.
Yeah, the only thing is there's 2 live adult polar bears currently tied up to it. We're gonna deal with them by nightfall, but by morning you should be able to take it.
She says that sounds good to her, and she'll let the guards know about what time to bring it in.
Yeah. By the way, if you have any other work that needs doing, I have 5 other able-bodied folks ready and willing to help.
We'll keep that in mind.
Alright, well then it sounds like our business here is done. And then I'll leave.
She goes back to speaking with some other petitioners. All right. It's now about 3 o'clock, 3:30ish. What are y'all doing?
Well,
We've all been hanging out here inside town.
I've sold the wagon, and I'll tell the party that we sold the wagon.
Great, she paid for it yet, or you gotta actually wait for
They
delivery?
paid, right?
She did not pay yet. She's waiting to actually have the wagon.
We've arranged a deal. We have to kill the polar bears first, so that the guards can actually take the wagon.
Yeah, I figured. I was just asking, 'cause also trying to judge how stupid the local politicians are.
I think it's about this time Resnia catches up with you guys. It talks to you a bit about Elise, telling you she also knows a thing or two about medicine, and she'll be at. She's basically letting you know that I wish you guys well. I'll stop by if you need any help. Goodbye.
Alright. Well, how do we want to do it when it comes time to kill these polar bears?
Well, I am somewhat in favor of we send the sneaky person over to cut their throat when they're sleeping.
That, but I shoot it instead of being there while the other one wakes up.
Well, can you reliably... Well, the idea of sending the sneaky person over to do it is so that you can just open up its throat and kill it. Whereas shooting it is going to be harder.
And probably won't kill it instantly.
Exactly. We can obviously have people waiting in the wagon.
Yeah, that sounds like a good way to get killed.
Well, I suppose it depends just how competent are you at sneaking.
I'm not leaving anything like that to chance. I'm not that stupid.
But you are some degree of stupid.
Aren't we all?
No.
I mean, we could all, like, sneak up and then all hit them at once.
I mean, if we're going to go range, that's what we'll have to do. Just shoot at it.
We could all just sit in the tower and hope that they can't climb up. I feel like if they could have done that, they would have done that. Well, yeah, bears can climb, but they've been harnessed to that thing, and I assume they hated those goblins, so they could have just climbed up there and eaten them any time they wanted. And they didn't. They could have eaten us, and they didn't.
Okay. I'm liking this plan. So I suppose we just wait for nightfall to do that. When the bears go to sleep.
I
All
guess
right, yeah. You guys hang out in town for a little bit, wait a few hours, just, I guess hanging out at the tavern or something?
Yeah,
Sure.
probably. I'd still be looking for work, because that's what I do.
I'll probably wander around the town, get familiar with it.
All right. All right, yeah. Eldril, when you say get familiar with, are we talking like socially or like as well, or just geographically?
Both. Walk around, familiarize myself with people, pick in the sights.
All right, yeah. Give me a charisma check.
Okay. Charisma.
Interesting.
I'm not very good at being personable.
I guess it's being a dragonborn and all.
Yeah.
Well, could be worse. You could be Gregor.
Yeah, that's true. At least I'm not Gregor.
Yeah, you try to be friendly, but your draconic visage and stark white scales kind of make the locals a little uncomfortable. You get a better feel for the town, but you don't do so hot with its people.
Mm-hmm.
In a couple of cases, you manage to just straight up touch on a couple of social faux pas.
As happens.
While we have time, Gilbert, I'd like to find some of my friends and see if they have any. Have we decided on where we're going next?
Nope.
All right. I want to see if my friends have any items of interest that they need a courier to deliver to another location.
All right. One second, I'm having to flip through some sections of the book. Sleuth, PM me what you're specifically what it is you're looking for. That way I don't have to try to memorize it because I'm having to dig through some book stuff. Please feel free to talk amongst yourselves, strategize or something.
Strateginate away.
Well, I think there's a door on the bottom of the crawler. So if we can just bar that from the inside, they shouldn't be able to get in. And then we can just shoot them from the top.
As long as they don't knock it over, yeah.
As long as they don't knock it over. It's pretty big. I don't think they can do that. Although I guess if they're strong enough to pull it, they might be able to do that.
We got some javelins.
5 javelins.
Good.
All right, I am back.
Welcome back. We made some jokes at your expense, and then Gilbert had to check some things.
Gregor does not care what the lesser beings think of him.
Okay. But you agree to the plan, right?
What this plan?
All right, excellent.
For dealing
You're gonna be
with
the,
for dealing with the polar bears.
yeah, you're going to be the bait, and then everybody else is just going to shoot them.
Yeah, all you're gonna do is just cast sleep on them, and then there we go.
I don't pass.
Didn't somebody have sleep?
I have sleep.
You have sleep, that's right. Why don't you start by doing that, and then we can just kill them one at a time?
I don't think.
Because they
control-
probably have more hit points than my spell will affect.
No, that's a good point.
Gilbert, what was the thing you were going to ask?
Nothing, all good.
And so we wait 16 minutes before nightfall.
Okay, chill the fuck out, man. I can only copy and paste so fast.
You know, maybe I should be the bait. Like, be near ground level, about 50 feet away from them.
Actually, maybe feeding
I
them
am-
poison might not be a bad idea.
Oh, that
Come
would
to think
spoil
of
the
it.
Every
meat,
feed them
though.
poison.
Yeah, but then
Well, yeah, but I can purify it.
so can I. I just realized that too.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Why don't we just do that
So-
instead?
So where are you going to get this poison?
I'm sure they have rat poison or something like that. We might need a lot to kill a polar bear.
And then there's the delivery method.
Well, they're probably hungry anyway.
We've been keeping them decently fed, so that they wouldn't eat us.
My worry is that if we put poisoned meat in front of them, they may not eat it because they're not that hungry, and it might smell off.
Right. Well, we can always just kill them.
say I do not want to be bait.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah,
any
we
party
heard you.
members should be bait.
Okay, sorry about that, guys.
No problem.
Not to throw anyone and everybody under the bus, but I got a little inundated right there.
I see.
Many questions mechanically. All right. Yeah, so you guys kind of wait around a little bit. Oh shoot.
Oh shoot doesn't usually mean good things, Gilbert.
Oh, he's going to plot to murder us. Oh, gods, no. And then.
All right, sorry about that. I just missed something. Yeah, so you guys are waiting until after dark. How long till after dark are you guys waiting?
Till the polar bears are asleep.
So you guys are walking over there at some point to get them in line of sight?
Well, I imagine we'd all be up in the top of the crawler.
All right, but what time are you guys headed back? Because it's about it's getting to the dusk hour by the time.
Yeah, as soon as we finish dinner, we go to
our
our.
Yeah,
As soon as we finish dinner.
before dark.
Yeah, we finish dinner before dark. We go to the crawler. We set up and wait for the bears to go to sleep.
The bears haven't had any issues sleeping around us before. I don't think it should be an issue.
All right, so you guys begin to walk out towards the east gate, and as you're kind of approaching it, you see one of the guards kind of stick her head over the side and, "Hey, you guys are the ones that came here with that snow crawler, right?"
Yep.
Oh, motherfucker, it's gone, isn't it?
You could say that.
Did the bears wander off with it?
No, they just kind of looted your crawler.
Who did, the bears?
Yep, we could see it from up here. It's been a great afternoon.
Oh, the rations. Makes sense.
That's just the rations that were in the crawler. That's fine.
Oh.
Yeah.
This actually makes things a lot easier. I'll just the speaker said what time the guards would be out to collect the thing tomorrow, right?
Yeah, they said they'd collect it in the morning.
All right. Well, then that's all squared away. I'm gonna go to bed.
Don't we have to deal with the bears?
Yeah.
No, the bears are gone.
The bears are
No,
gone?
they just ate the food, didn't they? Or did they take off after that?
Oh no, they looted your snow crawler there and wandered off into the snow.
Weren't they tied up?
No,
I
rope's
wouldn't know.
gonna
Couldn't
handle
see
them
from
there.
out here.
I don't remember untying them. Did anybody else untie them?
No, they were still harnessed, but we didn't tie them up, and the nature of a harness means they could probably go from the harness to the snow crawler pretty easily.
Well, yeah, but then they wandered off. I'm asking how they did that if they were harnessed to the crawler and the crawler is still here.
Harnesses
Bear
aren't
strength?
that- Yeah, I mean they're bears. Harnesses are usually made out of leather. They could probably tear them apart given enough time.
Did the harnesses appear to have been gnawed through?
Well, yeah, as you guys kind of walk the half mile out there, it looks more like they just kind of ripped the harnesses apart.
Yeah, okay. Well,
You can see
the
one of the spots where they were attached to the crawler, and that's just the whole peg is just ripped out of the side.
yeah. Well, we'll have 35 gold waiting for us in the morning, so
Pull our
I'm gonna
wagon.
go to bed.
All right, yeah, you
How-
climb up into the crawler.
Wait,
No,
the
not in the
crawler's still
crawler.
intact?
I mean, mostly intact. A little ransacked, but no more that banged up than a SUV that had a bear really want your lunch.
Okay.
All right. Are there any other valuables in the crawler?
Nope, just the stuff you guys had before. The shitty little goblin beds are spread all over the damn place. Your crates there that contained all the pemmican, those are smashed and empty. You can see little bits of pemmican on the ground. And the barrel of water is also kind of smashed, and it looks like it's been drained of a lot of its contents.
All right. Well,
How long ago did they wander off?
The guards would have told you this. This would have happened about 3-4 hours ago ish.
Yeah, easy come, easy go.
yeah. I'm going back to the inn.
Yep.
All right, yeah, you guys walk your way back to the inn. It's
We
getting
should
pretty
probably
late.
tell whoever that the bears are no longer an option.
I'm not surprised. They're bears. Man, I was really hoping for some bear meat, though.
Oh well, if we find
we-
anything else, we'll bring it to you.
I kind of want to go buy some axe beaks and then hunt them down. How dare they leave?
For 140 gold. It's pretty risky for just 140 gold.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we have axe beaks of our own, and tomorrow morning we're going to have saddles for them. Like, what do we actually need to buy to be able to ride these things? Do we need to buy bridles too?
Yeah. You'll need to get all the equipment.
Okay.
If you
brittle and a saddle.
Yep.
12 gold, basically.
Alright, well, between what we're about to get paid and what I have, we should be able to afford that.
For everyone?
Yes.
Cool. Thanks.
I've 33 gold on me, and we're about to get paid 35.
Nice. Cool. I
Very
didn't know you had
good.
so much money.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I got that money by just by doing the equipment thing.
Right. You played the markets.
Actually, wait, did I do that? No, I didn't. I took the average roll.
Ah. Neat. I guess you just didn't need that much equipment.
No, I didn't. Well, because I got that armor for free. Which I wouldn't have been able to afford anyway.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
I didn't sell it or anything, though.
And if we're looking for money, there is stuff going on out in Tarkos, and Lonelywood apparently is having some problems as well.
Okay.
What kind of problem?
It was sketchy on the details, but it was some white moose or something. As far as I can tell, it only has been attacking larks and trappers, but the hunters can't seem to find and kill this thing.
The avatar. See?
The what?
The avatar of Hearsing. You know, a white moose. You have never did the quest on Skyrim where you have to kill the white moose?
No.
Hmm? I didn't even know that was the thing.
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
When you go to
Winterhold?
no, the one down south.
Dawnstar.
No, down south, not north.
He's talking about
Clifton?
Falkreath.
Oh,
It's the way
Falkreath.
that you acquire Herstein's Daedric artifact. It's not overly pertinent to this campaign, though.
Oh yeah, you have to. The werewolf tells you to go talk to Hirsine, and he says, "Kill my avatar," and it's a white stag. It's a white.
Oh, yeah. Wait, so what's actually going on in Targos, though?
As far as I can tell, it's mostly some small to not so small criminal activity, but there's usually money to be made cleaning that sort of stuff up.
What kind of criminal activity are we talking about? Like, are they being raided?
Don't know. Probably a mixed bunch of locals just getting into trouble. Like I said, they were sketchy on the details.
So Targos, there's something. I mean, Targos is pretty close by, so I'm liking that.
So, there's something going on in Targos with a white moose.
No, the White Moose is up in Lowlywood. Targos is more along the lines of petty crime. Maybe
Crime.
bandits, but I don't think so.
Okay. Alright, well, we can debate what to do after we get paid tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to sleep.
Sleuth,
why.
I should probably clarify that a little bit, Sleuth. It's not so much bandits, so much as you're able to kind of pick up from as you kind of talk around that it's more the equivalent of for your career the bad vibes, if that makes sense. It's less like obvious criminal activity and more like there's numbers not adding up kind of thing. There's bad vibes, something isn't right.
Is it people or things that aren't adding up? Is it people going missing, or is it more theft or destruction?
The occasional person disappearance, and some stuff that your contacts would describe as odd as far as trading policies go.
Alright, I'll relay that to the party.
They communicate this less of it's a problem and more of a heads up because you kind of share circles. More like friendly information than anything else.
Okay.
Well, you guys still have about 5 hours before you guys have to go to bed.
Well, we've already eaten dinner. The sun's only just gone. But I guess that's kind of early in the day.
Yeah, the sun pretty much sets around 4 o'clock.
Okay, were we expecting the bears to be asleep by now, or would they not do that until later?
I mean, either way, you guys have, from what you guys just said, you've just been to the tower. They looted your shit and fucked off.
Alright, I can trust the guards to make sure that nobody actually steals the thing itself.
But I'm sure we
Yeah, the guards of Baron Shane are pretty trustworthy people.
Yeah.
if it would help them, I can haul it a bit closer to the city walls. Probably.
Now that the bears are gone, if we have that much time, why don't we just give it to the burger now?
Well, I told them when they could come out and collect it, and I'm guessing that's what their plan is.
All right.
I'm sure they have other things to do.
Probably not.
It's also kind of late. Not going to bed late, but late to go and haul a giant wooden thing into town late.
Okay.
Yeah, there's it's not so much like illegal, but it is kind of discouraged to be leaving the town walls too long after dark. You know, it being the frozen tundra of the north.
Mm-hmm. By the way, does my room have air conditioning?
Why would it have air conditioning?
Because they keep it a little too warm for my liking. I'm one of those guys that would be like in like a hostel. I'll like adjust the thermostat down.
I mean, it is kind of chilly.
Oh, that's good.
I swear to God, man, make up your damn mind.
Huh?
Not you.
I'm not gonna lie. That little bit of character development, I kind of do want to keep Resny after that. I know it was so little, me sneaking off and trying to find something for the novel, but I think I want to keep Resny. I'm sorry. Oh, that's right. If we can just like totally ignore the Elise thing.
Well, if nobody else is doing anything, I think we're all eventually just going to go to bed and then meet back outside town to oversee the sale of the giant wooden snowcrawler.
Indeed.
Okay. Probably catch up with you guys from then, if that's all right. Appreciate it.
All right. Yeah, the night goes by quite smoothly, actually. You'll have a good sleep, even if it is a wee bit chilly. In your case, Aldril, it's a little bit too warm.
I open a window. And then I sleep next to the window.
For the rest of you, it just got a little nippier in the room.
I'm gonna wild shape into a wolfish size medium. Get under as many blankets as I can, and then take a nap.
All right.
I'm not gonna stay warm, but I'll go to sleep warm at least.
Yeah. And your nights go by quite peacefully. And then the sun begins to rise. You'll get a long rest, and it's a brand new day.
All right, well, at the appointed time, I would be outside back where the snowcrawler is, waiting for the guards to show up.
Yep. About 4 guards show up with a couple of axe beaks.
Yeah. I'd be with them just to help out.
Yeah.
I'll help as well.
So are we getting paid now, or do I got to see the speaker about that?
Yeah, you gotta see the speaker about that. We're just here to bring it in.
All right, well, if you fellas are all set, I'm going to go do that.
Yep, we're all good.
All right, then I go to see the speaker.
All right, you haul your ass back into town. You go meet the speaker. She pays you the 35 gold pieces.
Actually, I was going to ask her about that. I know we already agreed on the price, but what we really need right now are 6 sets of bits and bridles for these axe beaks that we just bought. Yeah, and saddles. Thank you.
Unfortunately,
If that would be...
can't really do much about that directly.
All right. Well, anyway, I get paid my 35.
If you get paid your 35.
Okay. I am then going to buy 6 sets of saddles and bridles for the axe beaks, which should be 72.
12 each.
Wait, hold on. I did my math wrong. I'm like just barely short. Does somebody have 4 gold pieces?
Yeah, I'll pitch in the 4 gold.
Okay. So that'll be 72. Alright, so,
Alright.
yeah.
You guys got your axe beaks. You got your bits and your bridles and your saddles.
Before I forget, does the cartographer's kit come with a regional map?
Yes, the regional map is located up higher in the chat.
Okay.
Here's another posting of that regional map. Alright, what are you guys doing?
Well, after we get that, we get ourselves all kit out. I think we're heading for Targos. Yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
To go deal with
like
the bad feelings in Targos.
Bad vibes.
I know
Hey
you found the
man,
book. What's the name of the...
I'm getting some real bad vibes from Targos. Real sketchy shit, raw.
So what was that, Tuna?
no. But bad feelings in Targos.
Yep. So we're deploying the Mobile Commando Psychiatric Help Team.
That's the
us.
one.
I can help with physical wounds. Trauma that's mental, not so much.
With enough application of physical help, you can, in fact, move people forcibly beyond psychological needs.
Is this a euphemism for violence?
No.
Okay.
Violence.
Does there happen to be a caravan traveling also to Targos? That maybe we could, hitch up with? Be safer for us to travel together. If there's
It does
such a
not
thing.
look like there's anybody else headed to Targos today.
Okie doke. Was just thinking maybe we could act as guards, get a little bit of money on the side or something. How's the weather?
About as clear as it really ever is around here, so very overcast, with very light snowfall.
Alright. That seems like a good enough time. Do we got breakfast in us? Are we good to go?
I mean, are you guys eating breakfast?
Yeah, it's the
I would
most
have.
important meal of the day.
Indeed. You guys eat your breakfast. It's composed of trout.
Now all of a sudden, good berries start to.
That's a good thing I like trout. I dig it.
Indeed. The trout is,
Trout.
trout. You guys have been pretty much eating trout for almost every meal.
So is Resnia coming with us, or what's going on?
Resnia. I'd like Resnia to come with.
Okay.
Sorry about that confusion and such.
All right. Well, then I guess we're setting off along the road to Targos.
Indeed, you start off the road to Targos. You guys are riding on your axe beaks, making good speed, and you're able to make it to Targos in 2 hours.
Now, this is what I was talking about.
It's also very geographically close.
One, there's a road.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys are able to move pretty quickly. Yep, you get to Targos. It's only about 9 in the morning.
What are you gonna do? Bust open the tavern? We heard you had trouble around here. What's the plan?
Basically, yes. Go, look, taverns are where people would expect travelers to go, and yeah, we go there.
Well, we could go to the tavern, but we'd also know that most of the 10 towns have a speaker and a sheriff, right?
Do they all have sheriffs and speakers?
I think all of them have a speaker. I don't know about a sheriff.
I mean, yes, the sheriff is typically also like the leader of the town's militia. Pretty much the way each settlement works is there is a speaker who is in charge of the political stuff and a militia person directly under them who is in charge of, effectively speaking, the military and the guard. There's really no difference around here.
Right. If some people want to go to the tavern, they can do that. I'm going to seek out the guard.
Yeah.
That sounds like
Town
a good
hall.
idea.
Oh yeah, town hall. There we go.
All right. One
While
moment.
they're doing this, I'd like to just split off and make more subtle inquiries in the same problem. Go through any contacts I might know of in the area.
Also, I stand slightly corrected. It does not take 2 hours to reach there, as you guys are on Axe Peaks. It takes you an hour.
There we go.
Twice normal speed.
Do.
Poor Bernie.
I'm pretty sure he's rich.
He's also like selling merch of this and donating the proceeds to charity, so that's pretty cool.
Is he? Holy shit, he is?
That's what I've heard anyway. I don't actually here. Let me look it up.
All right, yeah. So you guys make it to Targos.
Yeah, here we go. Bernie turns Mitten meme into official merch for charity.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
Huzzah!
All right, yeah. You guys make your way all the way to the town hall. You can see a lot of I use the word courtiers, but that doesn't really fit the kind of people that live here. You mostly see a lot of fishermen here in the town hall.
Oh, I haven't seen that one. That's good.
Oh my god, that's great. Yeah. You don't see anyone in particular that really stands out here, though, in the town hall. Just fishermen for the most part. Occasionally see a couple other people, but Tuna and Rila, you guys would know that the Speaker of Targos typically hangs out in the inn, which also contains his residence, at the inn called the Luskin Arms.
Alright, well, we're at the town hall for now. The leader of the militia is here, right?
He is not.
He is not? Okay, well then we should probably go talk to the speaker.
Alright. Yeah, so you make your way over to the Luskin Arms. As you kind of approaching this building, this building itself stands out rather significantly. It looks to be both much older than most of the buildings, and is in a significantly different style of architecture, one much more in keeping with the city of Luskin, down south.
Interesting. Is that style analogous to any real-world architectural style?
Actually, let me check.
Bunch of
Yeah, here, just break open the Skag real quick.
Pirate City.
Yeah, Pirate City.
Cool. Actually, here's a good question. If this is just where the guy lives, are we barging in on this guy while he's not accepting petitioners? Because I don't want to do that if that's what we're doing.
It's
You're a
pretty.
local, right?
He's a very down to earth speaker. This is fairly typical of the man.
Okay, so this is how you go and find the guy. We're not just like
Yeah.
barging into this guy's residence. All right.
He usually does prefer to take people at his home rather than elsewhere. All right, yeah. So you kind of walk in here. The floorboards are a bit rotten, but the walls are sturdy. Can see a balding man tending to the front desk. Kind of looks at you as you enter the building. All right, how y'all doing? What are you doing here?
Well, we heard you were having some trouble with bandits, and we came here to provide a solution.
What? Oh no, I'm Owen Tarsnell. I'm just the proprietor here.
Oh, yeah. So we're looking for the speaker.
I think you're also misunderstanding the problem, Tuna. Things have been not quite adding up. We don't know what the problem is, or if there even is a problem, or just things are weird.
Just things are weird. That's all we have to go on.
Could be.
Is there even a problem?
Is there any more to this?
Things not adding up usually means a problem.
Things not adding up sounds like an accounting problem, and I'm not an accountant. Though there are plenty of accountants in 10 towns, as we've already established.
Yeah, if you're here to speak about some kind of trouble, Speaker Maxlandar is he's in his suite right down the hall.
All right, thank you.
You should head there.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time, sir.
No problem.
So we're just busting in on him.
Oh, we can knock. Is there a door? Or is it like what do you call it? You know what I mean. Like a carpet thing.
Let somebody knock for us.
I don't know. I don't care.
No,
Just busting in on him.
Yeah, we're going in.
Come in.
I'm going to enter and
Sure, I'll let Rila do the talking because they're the one who seems to know what's going on here.
Oh, yeah, you step in. You can see rather saturnine-looking man, currently feeding kind of dropping a rat into a cage containing 3 flying snakes. All right. Sorry about that. Just feeding breakfast to my pets here. What might I do for all you today?
I've heard that there have been some things that aren't quite adding up. I don't know the exact nature of this discrepancy, but I was hoping we could swing by and help look into it. Do you know of anything of that nature, or who would know something of that nature?
Can't really say. Targo's always been a pretty good town. We've got healthy fisheries. Fishers always getting good hauls back from the lake. No, I can't really think of anything out in the ordinary.
can I do an insight check on him? What's his body language telling me?
Yeah, sure, make an insight check.
I would also like to see if he's trying to withhold
I would also make an
information.
insight check.
Good lord.
Oh, hey.
Everyone inciting.
I was about to say, I think
Everyone's
Preston
making
Garvey over here lied to us.
Alrighty, 19, 15, 8, and 11. Alright, Kakra, Resna, he seems on the level. Rila, he seems like he's not being deceitful so much as withholding maybe finer details. Aldril? Yeah, that statement was a little too knowingly.
Look, we're not fucking auditors. We're here because we heard you might have a problem that we could help with.
Oh, I know you're not auditors. We don't get much of those kind of folks up here. But I am being quite sincere when I say we really aren't having many problems around here. So far, I mean, despite the harsh winter, I'd say Targos is thriving. What, if I might ask, why did you think there were problems here?
We heard some rumors. We figured we'd check up on it since we were close by. Rumors that there might be some issues going on.
That was just rumors. Winter's starting to get to everybody, making up fanciful stories and whatnot.
Well,
Fair enough.
they might be rumors, but we were nearby. Figured it'd be better to swing on over and just make sure it's just rumors rather than leave Targos in a spot of trouble.
Is it? Question: is it weird that the militia leader guy wasn't at the town hall? Like, would I suspect that he was just off duty, or is he supposed to be there?
Can you run that by me again?
What I'm saying is it weird that I couldn't find the militia leader when I went looking for him at the town hall? Or is that, like, not out of the ordinary?
It's not too abnormal for this town. Captain Scath is usually out and about. He's very active. A real lead from the front type of man.
Okay. Alright, well then I'm not going to say anything about that.
Do you know of any work for adventuring types around here?
Oh, well, I mean, I've been hearing Bremen's having some troubles of some sort or another. Knowing them, they've probably angered the Frost Maiden. All trying our best on that front, but Winter's staying around.
The who?
The Frost Maiden? Oriel?
We all know about the Frost Maiden, right? That's just, like, common knowledge.
Yes, that's extremely common knowledge.
She's part of the standard pantheon.
Yep. She's a evil goddess of basically Winter's wrath. You know, all the really shitty parts about Winter.
Yeah, all those
Things
shitty
like-
parts, that's her fault.
You know, things like
What?
it being cold and frostbite and freezing to death.
Guess someone should go ask her why she being such a bitch.
You're
no.
welcome to ask her that. I have absolutely no intention of doing so. And I suppose there's also Lonelywood. We haven't really seen much of them in a while.
Does that often happen in Lonelywood? The name would seem apt for it, but I wouldn't know.
Oh, no. It's called Lonelywood because they're the only settlement by those woods. I mean, I suppose now that you mention it, it is a little ironic we haven't heard much from Lonelywood. Yeah, we see their fishermen enough, though, on the lake. Don't really talk to them much, but, you know, we see them.
Would it be maybe worth anything to you for us to check in on them?
Why would I pay you to check in on them? They're not my concern.
You don't get any shipments from them or anything? No trade?
No, not
No?
really. Occasionally we get wood shipments, but nothing I'm too concerned with.
I see.
Our big industry here is the fish.
I'm beginning to see that. You'll have to forgive me. I'm a bit new up around these parts. Besides fishing, is there really any shared commerce between the 10 towns at all?
Oh, well, there's whale oil, fish. Wood is to an extent a commodity that we all share, but some of the towns just don't have a huge demand for it. I mean, I only came up here, maybe about 5 years ago, so I'm fairly new to all this too. Mostly they're a shared culture rather than economics outside of whale oil.
Oh, well, fair enough.
I mean, especially with everything that's been going on, we don't really see much of the other towns except maybe Brennan and Biernshander. Pretty much, if you're not a direct neighbor, we don't really interact with them anymore.
You have much problems with the goblins?
It kind of gives you this look. Goblins? No. Why do you ask?
Shipment of iron to Brinshander got waylaid temporarily by some goblins.
That was up near Calvin's Cairn.
Indeed.
I figured you would be on the same trade routes that way, so I was curious if your shipments had been similarly affected.
No, ours have been fine.
There's something weird about this guy.
Well, that's not
friends,
very
I don't
nice,
think
Gregor,
the
but you know what? Why don't you just wait outside?
friends, I don't think the speaker has any work for us.
I didn't say that out.
No, well, it was a pleasure to meet you. Hopefully we'll keep in touch.
Aldril, could you run for me just as deception check?
I wasn't lying.
It's nice to meet you, Park.
I know this is more of
and I really do hope to see him again.
It's less a specific statement. I mean, I suppose persuasion or performance would also apply. Really, any of your charisma check there. Just reasons.
Sure.
Oh boy, double nat one.
Hey, Aldril's the party face.
I really shouldn't be, but
Dragonborn that's got the sharp teeth.
I've been doing all the talking so far. I wanted to let somebody else do it.
I'm sure I'll see you all again soon.
Well, that was a bust. You want to go hit up the tavern?
well, actually, I was thinking that it's probably only another couple hours to Bremen, and he said they seem to have some issues. So, maybe up that way we'll find some work.
Are we still in the dude's house?
Well, we're like walking towards the outside of it. We're like not in his living room anymore.
Yeah, well, it's not a house.
I assume you guys are kind of walking out to the street.
Right, yeah, and we're discussing where we're going to go.
Once we're out at earshot of his house and it doesn't look like there's any guards, was it just me or is that guy? I don't know, something rubbed me the wrong way.
Something's definitely off.
No,
I know
he
the
seemed
feeling.
perfectly reasonable. And I think we should head outside the city towards Bremen.
If you say so.
He was put off by us because we all look, different.
Well, hold on. Did he actually say what the problem is in Bremen? Because I feel like that's just going to turn into this all over again.
I also heard a rumor about Bremen earlier.
What was that?
I would prefer to discuss it on the road to Bremen, so that we don't waste time. This might be somewhat time sensitive.
Alright, you know what? I'll take your word for that. Are we agreed? Are we going to Bremen?
Let's
I have
go.
no problems with it. Sure.
All right.
Alright.
So, we leave, right? We're on the road to Bremen.
I don't think anyone's objecting to that.
Well, I'm just making sure nothing happens on the way out of town. Nothing happens on the road as we're on the road. So,
Really going on.
When we're on the road, like a fair distance away, like 3 times normal earshot range from the city walls, let's say. I want to look around and make sure we're not being followed.
Give me a perception check.
You hiding that you're making a perception check?
No, I'm very like if I was in the head of the pack, I like pull a crazy Ivan. I turn around and like just kind of go backwards along our column, just making sure we're not being followed or observed in any way.
I see you doing that, and I do the same thing.
Mick, when I call for it, please. Aldril, you don't see anybody.
All right. So, I kind of turned the axe speaker around and started telling people. So, couple of things. One, yeah, he was off. So here's the thing. Flying snakes, kind of an iconic pet to keep, right? Unusual, especially given their region. They're warm-blooded after all, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cold-blooded.
Cold-blooded. Sorry, yes, cold-blooded. I meant cold-blooded.
Well, they have wings, like bird wings, so maybe they are warm-blooded.
So here's the thing. They are an iconic pet, but I meant that more in the sense that not of him, but rather of a certain organization. Have any of you ever come into contact with the Zentarum before?
No.
Are the Zentarum active in 10 towns?
Gilbert, how widely known would they be in this area?
In 10 towns, Ryla, Tuna, you guys know, like, the Zentarum kind of exist, but it's super, super obscure, like, down south kind of knowledge.
That's something I would have heard about in, like, rumors about the Sword Coast, not stuff that's happening locally.
Right.
Exactly. That's like distant news.
Yes. And because I'm new, literally, like, I came to Icewind Dale from Neverwinter. I would know of them. That's why I'm kind of filling. I'm kind of filling guys in on this. So these. Let's just say there's a good chance that he has. If he's not a member of, he's at least in contact with the Zentarum. And from what I've heard, they're not entirely unfair to deal with. Let's just say that they prefer profit over necessarily following the laws. Can't say I disagree entirely with that approach. But it also means we need to watch our backs around him. Which is why I wanted to make sure we were on the road before we discussed this and him. Because the Zentarum are well known, at least where I'm from, for having informants and spies.
So what are you saying? That speaker is a spy for the Zentarum?
I'm saying that if he isn't a spy for the Zentarum, he's probably in contact with the Zentarum organization. That's probably where he got the snakes. They are known to use those snakes as messengers. And all I'm saying is that we should watch our backs around him.
Okay.
Like
enough to fuck around with that at all.
Yeah, like if he suddenly comes to us with a job about it's high risk, high reward, and all we got to do is go kill some monster in a cave type thing, and it sounds real easy. He's probably setting
That's an ambush.
That's an ambush. He's setting us up to get killed. I don't think we've angered him or anything. I don't think we've given him reason to want to kill us, but in our dealings with him, we should be careful. As for him not having any problem, like something's not adding up in the rumor we heard that something's not adding up in what's the name of that town? Targos. My money, it's Zentarum related. Also, the issue in Brennan is that there have been reports that a monster out of the lake, that is out of Mare Dualden, has been attacking the fishermen and such. And it's funny because there's like 4 other cities on this coast, including Targos, Lonelywood, and Tourmaline. Bremen's the only one that seems to be affected by this, and given the relatively short distance to Targos, I would have expected the fishermen from Targos to be affected. So
that is unusual.
that is unusual. So when I start putting all this together, and I'm telling the party this, by this is not out of character. This is entirely in character. Like I'm saying, it's on the road to Bremen. Uh, it is entirely possible that Targos is looking to monopolize the fishing out of Mayor Dualden and are attacking Bremen to achieve that with a cat's paw of a monster of some kind. That would be in line with the Zentarim's SOP. They will achieve profit by any means necessary, even if they have to throw monsters at people to be the only fishmongers in the area.
Well, I don't know about your theory, but saving fishermen and killing lake monsters is a lot more my speed.
Indeed. But it's more I want you guys to know, so that if we see any real spooky or suspicious shit, we have context.
Honestly, I just love the idea that the Zentarum are the kind of people who would convince a monster to sabotage shipments of something, like let's say salt, all so that they can, become the most profitable ice cream business on the street.
Mm-hmm.
I love that about the faction.
Yeah, they're a fun faction.
What's your goal? Take over the world? No, we're going to have the most profitable business on this street or bust.
But yeah, that's the entire. That's why I wanted to discuss it on the road, was because discussing it in town around his allies, probably not the best idea. I'd prefer not to tip our hand that we know that he's in on this type of thing.
Makes sense.
All right. Yeah, so you guys continue down I would say the trail, but there is no trail to Bremen. It's about 3 hours of riding until you reach the town. Please hold.
And then
All right, yeah. So you guys start to approach Bremen. 1 second, while I get an image. Yeah, I should probably communicate some of this info better. Yeah. You guys reach Bremen. Rather small town. Population of only about 150 people.
All right.
And something I keep forgetting to mention, but for those of you that are locals, you'd know that the kind of local sacrifice made to the Frost Maiden is their warmth. So every few nights, it is functionally illegal to use any kind of heat outside of body heat. Usually about once a 10 day.
it's like a Sabbath thing.
Yeah, kind of. Every town has their own thing. Some people do lottery and banish a person from the village, and once a month. Others sacrifice heat, that kind of thing.
What do they do in Brinchester?
That's a good question when I get to it. 1 second.
That seems extreme.
Oh, what's
It's
normal up here?
I mean, yeah, Tuna and Resnia, for about 2 years, it's been pretty normal for these things to happen. Bryn Shander sacrifices a humanoid. One moment.
Hmm.
Yeah, so generally speaking, nights that are under a new moon, each town of 10 towns practices some way of trying to appease the Frost Maiden. Also, I stand corrected. The timeline is a little over a year. My apologies. So this has been normal for, this has happened probably about 14 times so far. But in an attempt to try to appease Ariel, various towns will sacrifice humanoids. That would be like Bjornshander, East Haven, and Targos. A lottery is held, and then that unlucky person is stripped bare and then either tied to a post or, just sent out into the tundra to die. Some towns give up food instead, sacrificing knuckle-headed trout by like tying them to a rack, like a full day's catch, and leaving it out outside of town for yetis or crag cats or some other kind of way to appease Ariel. Kind of a sacrifice to creatures that represent her wrath. And then some of the really not so great off towns will like you cannot light fires between dusk and dawn. If you do light fires, they invoke decimation basically, so like they beat you to death.
Well,
That kind of thing.
so like if we all lit a fire, they'd kill a tenth of us.
No. I mean more like, how in decimation, unlucky person draws a straw and then they're beaten to death by their comrades. Well, if you
Sometimes.
I mean, sometimes yes. In places that sacrifice their warmth, it's if you're caught starting fire, like at all, any kind of fire, between dusk and dawn, the town beats you to death. Sometimes they just beat the living shit out of you, but sometimes that's terminal.
I imagine foreigners get the beaten to death treatment 9 times out of 10.
Yeah, they get the same treatment as everybody else because it's been over a year of this.
All right. Well, anyway, we're in Bremen.
Yep.
So, Aldril, who do we talk to about this whole lake monster situation?
Well, like I said, it was just a rumor I heard while, walking around and drinking and overhearing some conversations with the locals. I didn't exactly get contact information. My guess would be the town burger.
Right. That's at the town hall.
That's where I would start, but you're the local.
All right. Well, I'll try the town hall again.
All right, yeah, you guys head towards the town hall. Step inside.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you guys meet up with the local speaker by the name of Dorbelgruth Shellscar. He's a dwarf, kind of he's an old-looking dwarf. He's got kind of that old person 100-mile stare.
Mm-hmm.
As you guys kind of walk in, try to get his attention, he doesn't really notice you for a couple attempts. Then you kind of raise your voice and like, yes? Well, what do you young people want?
Well, we heard a rumor that you've had some issues here with a certain your fishermen getting attacked. Came to see if there's anything we could do to help.
People being attacked. That doesn't. Huh. I don't do much with the fishing much anymore. Go to the docks. Yeah. Try speaking with what was his name? Beelborn. No, what was it? Giernsik Beelborn. Yeah, go speak with him. He'll know more. Whoa. Who are you all again?
We're just a group of travelers looking for work here.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. We don't get too many travelers anymore. Oh, what it's like to be young again. Well,
Hey,
you have a good
you've been
day.
up here for many seasons, right, old timer?
Oh yeah. I've lived almost my whole life up here, up here in Icewind Dale.
This winter's length. It's unusual, yes?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's been dead of winter for oh I don't know, not too long. It didn't used to be this bad. Maybe about a year, give or take.
Yeah, and, I heard craziest rumors that, people blaming Oriel for this.
Well, of course, she's a goddess of winter. She didn't always used to be this angry? I mean, that's to say, life up here's always been kind of rough, but it's never quite been this bad. Damn young people these days.
No? What'd they do?
Always ain't. I'm sure they did
Okay,
something
Boomer.
to anger her. We've been living up here for 500 years, and she's never been this pissed before.
And it's probably for a 500-year-old.
Did you send any envoy?
Oh, no, I'm not 500. I'm only about. What's the average life expectancy of a dwarf?
About 250, somewhere around there.
I'm only about. About 240.
Yeah. If we wanted to go and pay our respects to Ariel, is there a major temple to her in the 10 Towns?
Yeah, it's called outside.
I like it.
Couple times a month, about 3 days, it's inside too. We sacrifice our warmth to her about 3 nights, I should say, about each new moon, or was it full moon? I don't remember.
You
I
best
better
you
ask.
best do it on both just to be safe.
Yeah, I reckon that might be the safest way.
All right. Well, thanks for your time.
What? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you there, Sonny.
I said
Your
thank you
time.
for your time, but we ought to be going. Work won't get
Yeah.
done on its own.
Yep, you too. You too. Kind of wanders off. Where are those damn prunes?
Didn't need to hear that.
Are they like obviously visible prunes?
You don't see any prunes anywhere.
prunes are a fruit. They're probably pretty rare up here.
All right. Well, I think we go to the docks.
Yeah, we go after that Viking guy at the docks.
Yeah.
I totally didn't get a chance to write his name down, but it's some Viking name. There can't be that many guys like that up here.
It's Gearin Shanderman Mortensen in.
So we're just going to go to the docks and yell, "We're looking for the Vikings!"
I didn't know they had Vikings in Wisconsin.
That is one of my favorite lines from that show.
Wait, what's we're looking for the Vikings from?
No, that was it was Minnesota.
Oh, that wasn't a reference to anything. I just said
Pokemon
that.
the first movie has a reference to there being Vikings in Minnesota.
Wait, are you serious?
I'm straight serious.
I just made it up on the spot. I haven't seen that movie.
It's because there were a bunch of, I think, Swedish immigrants into Minnesota early on in European America's history.
Well, I'm not fucking pronouncing that.
Gearns Bjornborn.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, hey there, Gearns Bjornborn.
Old GBs.
So we go to the docks. I start asking for Gernsk.
All right, yeah, you show up on the docks. Good, you're here. Get to it, you ingrates. Those fish aren't going to catch himself.
What, the old man followed us?
No, he didn't.
Dude, that's fucking funny.
This is a different dwarf, completely bundled up in winter gear. He's standing near some of the boats and he's shouting at you.
You're Gernsk.
Hey, that's right. I'm Gearns Bjornborn. Remember, guys, you don't need to know how to pronounce a name if you put on a fake enough accent.
Yep. Well, companions and I had heard a rumor that some of the fishermen here had run into trouble out while fishing, and we thought we might be able to render some aid.
Oh, God, you sound like you've been sent by that elf.
No,
that elf.
Dwarf sent us.
No, Gregor didn't send us.
Yeah, the only elf I can think of that is called that elf is Gregor over there. And, well, aside from being a right pain in the ass, he didn't send us anywhere.
No, there's a... Oh, God, here she comes now. You can see another figure, this one also bundled in winter gear approach. Hello there, I understand you're here to go looking for the monster in the lake?
There's a monster in the lake?
In the lake? Oh, yeah, of course, yeah.
Indeed, I'm getting the feeling he hasn't told you about it.
Well, what exactly do you mean by monster in the lake? I mean, you know, are we talking just like some, you know, three-eyed trout or something? Or a dragon? What?
Yeah, you kind of hear Gearns kind of protesting and grumbling under his breath, but no, well, I'm a researcher, and well, no, I don't believe it is some kind of large trout, as much as Gearns here would like to claim it's probably just a large trout. No, the Bremen fishing boats have been getting overturned, damaged by something living in the lake.
Has anyone seen this thing?
No. I have gotten some witness testimonies, but they kind of range in quality, ranging from that of an ox to that of a house. According to Geertz here, it's must be the size of a whale, but it's really just a, great white trout that he'll get one day kind of thing. Giersk is full of shit. But yeah, I'd very much like it if you could, just take this notebook, and if you're headed out in the lake and you're able to spot it, record what you see. I'll pay for it.
Okay.
Okay, I have no problem doing that. I just dislike walking into things without knowing a bit more. You say the boats have been damaged. Are there any damaged boats we could examine?
Oh yeah, if you need, there are some boats you can look at. Not much you'll see though. Gierns kind of leads you over to a boat that's up on the docks. Looks like it's a little bit banged up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this here boat, well, we never quite got the crew back. You see, the boat just kind of came floating back.
Are there signs of a struggle inside the boat? Did it capsize?
I'm a
Are we
fisherman.
looking at the?
Yes, the boat's right here. I'm just a fisherman.
Was
you
there
think
stuff
there's something
still in the
important with the boat? We found a fishing rod.
Do you mind if I board the boat and see if there's anything wrong with it? Beyond the crew being dead and the boat making it back here. Or
If you want to step in the boat, feel free.
Alright, I will go onto the boat and just look around.
Oh, curious.
As you guys kind of begin to investigate, you can see this elf and Gieran's kind of bickering.
I'd like to distract the elf. By walking up to him and asking me, a researcher, huh? Don't really hear about many of them up here. You from down south?
Indeed, I am. I am from. One second while I find it. They insisted on filling this entire section with wall text.
As one is wont to do.
They do not say, so we're going to go with Waterdeep. Yeah, I'm a researcher from Waterdeep.
Interesting. And what are you researching? You can't have come up here just for some rumors of some boats.
Mostly research of the fauna of Icewind Dale. I decided to stay here a little bit longer despite the winter because of the, sightings coming from this lake.
Oh, interesting. I say that, and then I'd like to make an insight check because this is weird.
All right, make an insight check. One moment. Sorry, I couldn't help but to do that. All right, yeah. Yeah, she seems beyond the level.
Oh, okay. Yeah, strange people. All right. Well, yeah. I guess then you just make small talk.
Is there a specific area of the lake? Like how big is this lake, and where are the general reports of this monster?
Out in the lake. 1 second. So if you guys look at the global map,
Yeah, the lake's fucking huge.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, so if you look at that map, you kind of have to push your boat over the ice a little bit and then get it into the water that way. So this is pretty much occurring out towards the center of the lake. The lake itself is in some places when it's not frozen over, the lake is about 10 miles across. It's a pretty sizable lake. Like it's about 2.5 miles just from Bremen to Targos, assuming that you're going as the bird flies, and from Bremen to like Tourmaline or Lonelywood, it's about like 8 to 10 miles each.
This is the Mare Dualdon.
Yes, this is Mare Dualdon.
So while they're doing that, I'm just going to ritual cast Detect Magic and just give the full ship a pass over.
Actually, wait a second. Tuna, how long have you been living up here?
My whole life.
You're an Aarakocra? No, you're not an Aarakocra, are you?
I'm a Triton.
One of the things I remember you mentioning to me is you've saved a person from drowning before, right?
I have.
Give me a single wisdom perception check at disadvantage.
The plot thickens.
Or does it?
Maybe not.
Yeah, when you saved that man from Targos from drowning in Marindulden a number of years ago. How old are you?
I didn't think about that. I gotta look up how long Tritons live.
I'll say maybe like 8 years or
I think they
something.
live the same life as humans. Yeah, let's make it 8 years ago.
Yeah, like 8 years ago, you saved a man from drowning.
I'm like 30s.
Yeah, you don't recall seeing anything like that kind of big or strange in the lake. Alderel, as you're talking with her and she kind of starts talking about some of the sightings and the stuff that she's trying to record. Yeah, so we have like stories of this thing being the size of a house or an ox, whale size, a big old fish. Some people have described it as like long necked. Others as like seeing a tentacle. All kinds of stuff. Scales, no scales, big glowing eyes. The whole fisherman's tale run.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, all right.
I can fly over the lake with the map or sketchbook or whatever. See if I see anything.
You're going to fly over the lake.
I am proposing this idea to the rest of the party.
It might be better for us to go out on the boat and then you take off from the boat. Otherwise, you're flying for 10 miles. There,
Yeah.
just out to the center of the lake is like 10 miles from here.
Yeah.
What kind of boats are these? Are these sailboats?
They're probably just rowboats.
Yeah, these are just rowboats. All the fancier single mast boats are from Targos.
Oh, that sounds like a story there.
Well, really, it was a ritual casting.
Oh yeah, you betcha it's a story there. Damn Targos bastards. Always hogging all the fish.
While really casting detect magic in the boat, could I search for signs of struggle? Maybe clues on what might have happened?
Oh yeah, make an investigation check.
Yeah, while they're doing that, I want to hear about what Taurus has been doing to the fisherman from Bremen.
Yeah, so Bjorborn is just he goes off for like 15 minutes on oh, there was this one day where they scared off all the fish, you see, and we didn't get enough fish to appease the frost maiden. You know, stuff like that. It it sounds like a lot of scapegoating.
It does.
Investigation 13. So you notice that there there's some scraping on the bottom of the hull going across it from side to side rather than bow to stern as if it had been, dragged over land.
Okay.
So there's some scuffing and some marks side to side.
They said it just kind of showed up, right?
Kind of what?
Well, no one came alive. The boat just showed up. That's what
Yeah,
they said.
it drifted back in, and they kind of came across it.
They're the. Were you guys the ones that made it landborne?
Yeah, I pulled it out of the water, brought it back up here on the dock. As you can see, it's a little dinged up. I was going to repair it at some point.
See.
Look, if you guys are going to go out in the lake, could you at least help us out by doing some fishing?
Sure.
After all, there's no guarantee you're going to see her monster at all.
Yeah, why not? You can do some fishing.
Much appreciated.
Does detect magic pick anything up?
You detect no magic.
Can I determine what caused the crew to not come back with the ship?
With the power of magic?
With the power of my eyeballs. Like, is there signs of scratches that would indicate some kind of beast, swords, arrow holes?
Sure, make another investigation check as Resnia finishes. Yeah, you think Resnia did a pretty good job. She knows what's up.
All right. All right. Is there any cargo on the ship?
Three sets of fishing tackle are stashed in the center of the boat. There's also 3 sets in the second boat nearby.
All right. That doesn't seem like anything out of the ordinary.
No, pretty normal.
All right. Well, I got nothing else.
Same. So I guess we're going fishing, huh?
I'm gonna be fly fishing.
But
You would think it is such a dangerous place, like there would be work by the jingles, but men. Ugh.
all right. Well, you guys got 2 rowboats at your disposal, and each rowboat can carry 3 people.
Perfect.
How many people? 6. Okay.
All right, I'll row one of them.
I can row another.
All right. Let's see. They have a speed of 1.5 miles per hour.
I can.
And if you guys could put yourself into 2 groups of 3 and designate yourselves as boat 1 and boat 2. Actually, we'll call it new.
No.
We'll call it new boat and old boat. So, who would like to be in the old boat and the new boat?
I'll take the old boat.
We'll also be at the old boat.
I can be in the old boat because I don't plan on, staying in it the whole time.
All right, and then Aldrell, Gregor, and Ryla will be in the new boat.
Yes, I'll drill Rilo in the meat shield.
Yep, write that up.
How is this guy just getting a running start to cast his line? That's
It's extra power. Everyone knows.
like are they not allowed to fish inside the mooring? He has to send the thing all the way out there.
Eat it.
All right. And the 2 pilots are Aldril and Tuna.
Yep.
All right. You guys are setting sail now?
I think so. You said these things go 1.5 miles per hour?
You know,
1.5 miles an hour.
That's 1.3 knots.
we have the fish
Felt the need
man.
to convert that for some reason.
I hope we have a fishman who can swim, he says,
We do.
as he
Good.
sits in the opposite boat of the fishman.
Why is the fish man even in a boat?
I'm not going to swim in the water. It's cold.
Okay.
All of my shit is going to get wet.
Isn't that how wetsuits work?
I'm not wearing a wetsuit. I'm wearing full plate.
It'll be a wetsuit of armor once you're in the water.
Well, I can assure you my suit of armor is not watertight.
All right. So you guys begin sailing out through the ice and the water.
I should have left my extra
What the
stuff back
fuck?
on shore. Before we cast off, I'm just going to leave all my extra stuff.
Okay, sorry guys, I'm gonna be just a second. My nose is bleeding.
Oh, no.
Oh, that happens.
What? Your nose is. What happened?
He's
I
under
don't know.
psychic assault.
It's just kind of started bleeding. I think the mind flare I keep in the laundry room is trying to stun me again.
You keep yours in the laundry room? I use the crawl space.
Alright, go blow your nose, Gilbert.
I'm just kind of bummed because now I got blood spilled on important text. What?
Ooh.
It builds character.
Seriously, the blood is like perfectly covered the the information I needed.
Well, don't stare at it. Go clean yourself up, man.
Oh yeah, no, I'm taking care of it. I shoved a Kleenex in my nose. Look, guys. Nosebleeds are a bump, not an obstacle to DMing. 1 second while I wipe off the blood.
Vila or Vila?
For you, either one.
But what do you prefer?
Both.
All right. Like
Okay.
it never even happened. Alrighty. Do.
Is it right if I leave my gear behind with the fellas? Can you guys watch over my stuff? I'm talking to the fisherman fella. Basically, I'm gonna leave him my backpack behind for a bit.
I imagine the fishermen have like a coat check or something for their work stuff that they don't bring onto the boats.
I believe that's called a house.
Well, not that. I mean, just like these guys are all going down to the wharf and they're getting suited up to go in the boats, but they probably have like cubbies or something, you know.
Alright, guys. So here's my question. How far out into the lake do you want to go?
Did they give us an idea of how far?
Yeah, where do the other fishermen go?
Oh, our fishermen fish. I mean, usually we try to get to the open surfaces of the lake, so about 2.5 miles away.
Okay.
What?
You know, the farther you get out into the lake, the more open it is. It's a little bit safer out there as far as ice goes. The water gets deeper too, so you're more likely to get the fish. Honestly, I'm just kind of concerned about getting our food stores up, so I just care if you come back with fish. It's the elf that wants you to come back with research and stuff. Sorry if that's not too helpful. It's more art than science.
Yeah, well, it's fishing. It's plenty helpful, thanks.
So do you guys have an idea how far you want to go?
To where he said the fishing spot was.
Yeah, there.
Alright.
I still can't get over that guy's voice. Like, I was expecting At the Mountains of Madness, and instead I got Fargo.
Nice.
Oh, hello there! I'm the assassin sent to kill ya. So sorry about that.
Oh my god.
The Xanathar sends his regards. I'm just kidding.
Wow, shit, Xanathar's fuck, seriously, he's reaching beyond Waterdeep now? God damn. The Zent are gonna hear about this.
Right. Sorry, having a little goof there. Alright, so you guys start rowing out onto the ice. So, Aldril and Tuna. So, are either of you proficient in waterborne vehicles?
I am.
Nope.
Alright, so Aldril, I just need you to make... let's see, the distance you guys are going. I will need 2 wisdom checks from Aldril. Just, we're just using your wisdom mod.
Okay.
And I will need 2 wisdom checks from Tuna. You can add your proficiency bonus as you are proficient in water vehicles.
Excellent. Alright, let's see. That's
I will be praying to to the Dark Lady for oh, this whole goddamn time. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me.
Oh, yeah, I didn't roll
I'm not
too
ready.
bad.
I'm not ready yet.
I'm not ready for all of these other people to die.
All right, yeah, you guys are you guys are able to pretty effectively steer yourselves past some of these ice flows. It's about 2 hours later. But yeah, about 2 hours when you reach the spot. Currently, it is noonish. All right. So you guys are out here on the lake, kind of rowing around occasionally, and let's break this down by hour. So what are you doing for the first hour?
I'd like to fly around and just look around. And if I see any fish close to the surface, I'll swoop in and grab them with my claws.
I start fishing.
All right.
Fish.
I'd like to go fishing with Thornwhip.
Right. Okay. So, Kakra, I will need a perception check from you. Yeah, you don't see anything out of the ordinary.
Man, I just really want to take my passive all the time.
All right. So, who are those that said they were fishing, like normal fishing?
I would like to fish.
All right, Resna and Aldril.
Yeah, I'm fishing.
All right. So let's see. From you guys, I will need a wisdom survival check.
Okay.
Everybody shut the fuck up, and don't ignore the thing I almost said.
Did you say survival or was that a oops?
Survival.
Does animal handling help?
No.
I am maximum fishing.
All right, yes. During your hour, you both are able. Well, I should say that you both have a pull on your lines.
I do the needful.
I brace with my thigh and I pull up. That's what you're supposed to do. Yeah.
All right, so I will need strength athletics checks from the two of you.
Am I able to help Aldril?
Yeah, but he's a monk. Wouldn't he use?
Oh dang, you got a 22 as well. Okay.
When I see Resna pulling up a fish, I'm gonna try and help them because I'm not fishing.
Okay.
Pulling up a fish is probably not going to be an accurate statement.
Resna, roll that with advantage as Trout and Rilla are helping you.
Well, that's average.
Okay. Yeah. So your fish. Actually, 1 second. And here are their rolls. Okay, so actually, yes, you both catch your trout and haul them up to the surface.
Cool.
Congratulations, you guys have caught 2 knucklehead trout.
Hey, it's been a while since I fished.
All right, and now it's my turn for some stuff.
Roll initiative as you fight a sea monster.
All right.
Snap up and take a boat.
Yeah, so for this first hour, the lake is still and quiet. All right. Next hour, what are you guys doing?
Well, if there's no evidence of a sea monster, I shall continue fishing.
All right, I think you guys know the drill.
Why don't
Those
we
of
have
you that are fishing.
what you call it go down and see if he can find it and look.
That I mean, if he's willing to do that, but if it's a big monster, he may not be able to come back.
I'm just
Well, I
gonna
mean,
be I'm just gonna be poking at the surface of the water until something happens.
do that. Pete,
Still just flying around.
All right.
is Pete here?
18
Yeah, I'm
and
here.
10.
Why don't you
All right.
dive down and see what you can see underwater?
No.
Okay.
All right, so Eldril and Resna. Adril, you don't catch anything. And Resna, make the strength athletics check for me.
With advantage?
With advantage as you are being assisted.
Did I
Thanks,
see
Cora.
any fish?
You don't.
Hey,
You're after this much time, Kakra, you're starting to think that the knucklehead trout swim deep underwater. All right, and let's see. Resna, you capture a second knuckle-headed trout.
so how long do we plan on being
All
out
right.
here, guys? Till dark?
All right, yeah. So it's
Or an hour
about
or two?
2 o'clock now. Yeah. So, Resna, you just pulled your fish out of the water. Great catch. This is a big one. Um, Everybody, perception checks.
What does this have to do with the fish?
I'm a little bit preoccupied poking at the water.
All right, for rolls like that, you guys are all able to be pretty well alerted of this. But you guys spot ripples disrupting the surface of the lake as your boats begin to bob from side to side,
This is the
and you
part.
witness a large mass glide through the dark waters below you.
Can I get a closer look?
How close do you want to get to the surface?
Um, 15 feet.
All right,
No,
you
20,
dive.
20 feet and just like right over it.
All right, you dive down to 20 feet over this dark shape as it moves underneath an ice flow.
Can I make out anything about it?
Make an intelligence check. You have no idea.
Is it still beneath us?
It was for a moment before it went underneath an ice flow.
Well, I'm gonna give it a good couple of minutes before I go back down to the rowboat. I'm gonna stay in the air. That shit's spooky.
Hey Resnia, I need to borrow that fishing tackle and one of those trout that you caught.
Oh yeah, I think I just kind of, without thinking, held on to them. I'll go
Yeah.
and I'll go back down and hand those to you.
Did I get a good enough look at it to kind of sketch like an outline of what the silhouette would look like?
You think you could, and you're able to kind of scribble that down. Give me an investigation check. And as intelligence check, just straight intelligence check. I said investigation, intelligence. Yeah, you're also not sure. Your sketch is a little blobby
Well,
with what you
so is the
think were
monster.
fins sticking off of it.
All right. Is that fish still on the line? Or did he take it off?
Yes.
Okay. Is it still alive?
Not for much longer.
All right. Resnia, you have a sword or something on you, right?
I have a dagger. Is that okay?
Perfect. That's perfect. You want to cut this fish open for me? Like, real messy.
Do you want me to kill it first? Oh, wait, I know what you're talking. Okay, yeah,
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
I got the thing.
Yeah, he wants to chum up the waters.
Precisely.
What are you doing there, chummer?
All right. Well, after Resnia cuts that fish open, I'm going to chuck it into the water. Like, did that thing look like a large creature or a huge creature?
Definitely large.
Definitely large.
I mean,
but,
it could have been huge, but you knew it was at least large.
all right. I'm gonna chuck it a safe 15 feet away from the boat if I can manage that. I think 15 feet is not too much to ask.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to do.
Yeah. All right. Now, after I do that, no, I did say that I have javelins, and mechanically I do have javelins, but what these really are harpoons. So what I'd like to try to do is to tie one end of my rope onto the end of one of these harpoons, quote unquote.
All right.
Once I've got a good knot ready on that thing, I'm gonna wait with my harpoon in hand.
All right.
I'll go ahead and be up in the air, curious on whatever's, near the area where the slop is.
All right. Resnia and Kakra, how long are you guys staying up there before Resnia, I believe you intended to land, and Tuna, how long do you intend on waiting?
Well, I just chummed up the waters. I'll see if it comes back out.
I give it 5 minutes tops, and after that, I'm like, eh.
A minute?
5.
5 minutes pass.
Back in the boat.
Don't see any signs of it.
I start
Damn.
fishing again.
All right. Give me the same check as last time. Tuna, you continue to wait. 10
Yeah.
minutes, 15, and then half an hour.
I mean, I'm not fishing anyway, so I'm not exactly holding my breath here. I'll just have that thing ready for if it does show up again.
Right.
Right. I'm fishing. I'm the bait.
All right. That works. Athletics check. Another knuckle-headed trout is pulled into your rowboat.
Okay. I continue fishing until, and see if we can attract this thing out here. So our activity seems to be attracting it to begin with.
All right. Yeah, so that's an hour passes with that catch. Yeah, there's no signs of it yet, and it's been an hour at this point.
At this point, I'll start fishing again.
Yeah, Aldril and Resna, another check each. All right. All right. Repeat.
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant do the athletics check.
Yeah, I meant the athletics check. Sorry, I should have clarified.
That's what I did.
Student is still willing to help.
It sounds like you're doing it on your own.
Someone might be going overboard.
All right, yeah. So, Aldril, that one got caught super easy. All right. Resna, that one jerks back hard on your line. I need a dex save from you. But yeah, you managed to catch yourself before being pulled over the side. You're all good.
I'm not in the mood to fish anymore.
All right. And the waters have remained still and quiet, with the exception of the knuckle-headed trout you guys pull from the water.
I continue fishing.
All right. It is now about 3 in the afternoon. The sun will go down in about an hour, hour and a half.
Yeah, this will be the last one.
All right. Give me a check. All right. All right. I will need from you a dex save. All right. You two are able to prevent yourself from being pulled over. All right. And that concludes that hour of fishing.
Yeah, but now it's starting to get dark, so we should probably head back.
Indeed. You guys estimate you have maybe half an hour of sunlight left.
How long did it take us to get out here?
About hour and a half, 2 hours.
All right, so not terrible.
With
All right.
haste.
You guys begin making your ways back. Eldril and Tuna, not survival checks, wisdom checks for navigating your boats.
2 or just 1?
1 each.
Are these survival, or am I using my?
These were
piloting checks.
Yeah, these were just piloting checks. So because you're proficient, you add your proficiency bonus to your wisdom score.
Okay. Can I use my survival instead of my water vehicles?
You cannot know.
Oh, okay.
This is less about your ability to detect a threat and more your ability to make sure the boat doesn't get fucked by it.
All right. But he's using his survival, right? Or is he rolling flat?
That's wisdom. You just said wisdom. So that's,
okay.
I have a plus 4 to wisdom.
Why are you not adding your proficiency bonus, Tuna?
That is my proficiency bonus. I have a -2 to wisdom.
If it matters, I do have 300 feet of dark vision for keeping track of landmarks.
All right, the boat takes 1 point of damage as you kind of glance off the side of an ice floe.
Not a problem.
All right. Yeah, nothing weird in the water again. All right. And if you guys can repeat your checks. Eldril and Tuna.
Were you concerned with potential threats, Tuna? Like, was that something you said or nah?
What do you mean?
You said something. Oh, wait, never mind. That was a misunderstanding. My bad.
All right, yeah. As you guys are kind of making your way back, you see a rowboat from the insignia. It looks like it is from Tourmaline. They're kind of rowing past you about 3 300 feet to your east.
Heading
Looks like they're rowing back for
towards
the night.
Bremen?
No, it looks like they're rowing back to in the direction of Tourmaline for the night.
Ah, okay.
All right, and you guys are able to make it back to Bremen.
All right.
You dock your rowboats and climb on out.
Mm-hmm. All right, bring my 3 fish.
Oh yeah, we got a couple fish.
Very good. Oh, hey there, you guys got a good catch today, it seems. Especially for how late you got out there.
Yeah, waters were teeming with fish. It helped. And something bigger.
Oh, you saw the giant knucklehead trout in the water?
I don't know what it was. I'm not exactly a specialist in that, but it was big. Didn't attack us or anything. It was just swimming around.
You're letting Tally's stories get to you. It's just a giant knuckle-headed trout.
Well, probably, but if I can convince him it's a monster, he'll pay me more for the drawing. I tell the fisherman that. Like, haha, we're just going to take the piss out of this researcher for all he's worth.
Ah, smart one. Way to take the piss out of her. Get some money, too.
That's the idea.
Well, if you guys are going to go venturing out on the lake tomorrow, I assume you'll want to stay in town, eh?
If it's not too much trouble.
Oh, my bag, I almost forgot.
I don't see why not. We got 5 taverns in town.
Makes sense. Fishing village.
And then if you want to stay overnight, we got the Buried Treasures Inn. You guys actually walked right past it on your way into town.
Oh, yeah, I saw it. Yeah, it looked like a decent place. Alright, well, first we gotta find that elf, and, I hold up, like, the notebook. Collect the bounty, as it were.
Oh, very good. And I think we'll call the session there for the night.
Okay.